Tonight on 97.5 The Hound, it's a special presentation of high school football as the Keystone Panthers meet the Cane Wolves. The playoffs are here. High school football's second season begins tonight in McKean County. And now the 7 best teams in Class A spend 3 weeks trying to raise a trophy. The underlying theme of the playoffs in the quarterfinal round is simply rematch. All 3 games tonight are rematches of games earlier this season. This one goes back to mid-September. The 3-0 Wolves were confident on their home turf, but it was the Keystone big play offensive machine that came out on top that night. The Panthers took advantage of multiple Cane mistakes and put up a 56 spot on the Wolves, winning 56-19. That was a long time ago in football terms. Tonight, both teams are different representations of the teams we saw in Week 1, and the meaning of the game is much, much bigger. A simple equation: win or start preparing for winter sports. The winner tonight will play Port Allegheny next weekend in the semifinals. The Panthers and Wolves meet next on The Hound. Now let's go live to the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium for the pregame show, brought to you by Lindbergh Furniture and Mattress and the Lindbergh Furniture Sleep Center. Here's Mike Barr and J.J. Michaels.
Very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be tonight, and it may be out in this windy, cold Halloween weather doing some trick-or-treating, and if you are getting us through the phone right now, well, welcome. It is a Halloween night special. The District 9 1A quarterfinal playoffs as the Keystone Panthers take on the Cane Wolves. And I am JJ, and this fella next to me is, well, we've been friends since we were in preschool together. So that was just about 5 years ago, wasn't it?
4.
4?
Four.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. I'm
4,
just making sure of that.
sure.
Yeah, Mike Barr, I guess you're the former varsity head coach at Sheffield,
Yeah.
and now you're the junior high head coach at Sheffield. So you've kind of shifted to that.
Shift gears.
More importantly to me, he's one of my best friends in the world, and he's here tonight to help me out on this windy and cold Halloween night. And, you know, Mike, I guess we'll start there, first of all, is that if you were to, you know, everybody has that picture of Halloween in their heads. I think this is the kind of night you draw it up.
This is it. And let me tell you what, this view, just looking out over this field and the clouds, it is a Halloween night in Cane for sure.
It sure is. This is one of the most beautiful settings for a high school football game. And it's interesting because Bud Brennan, who's on the District 9 football committee, came up to the press box. He said, I've never been in this press box. He said, first of all, it's warm in here.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to tell too many people we got the heat going, but
right.
It shocked me that this was the first time he's been up in the press box. And you guys kind of up here gave him a rundown of some of the top press boxes, and he was pretty impressed. I think we'll see him at halftime.
I think so. As I mentioned, Bell's bringing some stuff, so I think that's going to be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you are listening to the pregame show brought to you by Lindbergh Furniture and Mattress of Johnsonburg and Brookville and the Lindbergh Furniture Sleep Center in downtown Johnsonburg. For a great deal on your new furniture or new bedding, shop Lindbergh. They're the best around. And you, my friend, can buy it today, get it today at Lindbergh Furniture. Like them on Facebook. Also want to thank our title sponsor all season long, St. Mary's Insurance Agency and affiliates, including the Smith Keats Agency in Johnsonburg, Borst Insurance in Sheffield and Ridgeway, and the Emporium Agency in Emporium. For more, log on to stmariesagency.com. And we do want to thank another sponsor who has come on to help us out tonight, Epic Heating and Cooling out of Brockway. They have footed the bill for us tonight to be here to be able to video stream, which is live on our YouTube page. And there's a link on our Facebook page that you can go to as well to catch the video stream of this one here tonight. It is Halloween, and, you know, Mike, in the intro there, Dale talked about the big notion of this opening round of the playoffs. It's rematch, and there are so many rematches in District 9 football, period, but all 3 of the Class A quarterfinals tonight are teams that have played each other earlier this year.
JJ, we were talking about that earlier, and that's amazing. But it's also there's excitement with that because they have seen each other.
And these two teams played here back in September, and the game was pretty lopsided. But I think that doesn't tell the tale of what happened that night. Keystone kind of hit some big plays, and Kane had some big mistakes, and that kind of led to things unraveling kind of quickly for the Wolves in that one.
And we know in this game it can unravel quickly. But I like what Dale said in the intro. This was the beginning of September these two teams met.
Yeah.
That's eons ago in football, especially high school football. That's a long time. These teams have figured things out since then. They've polished what they need to polish, and I'm looking forward to a great football game.
Well, and you look at the talent on both sides of the equation. The stud on the field for Keystone is Dom Corsetti. He's been their man all year long. He's got 1,300 yards rushing. He has been their main guy. He makes it happen. And it's no secret to what Kane's going to have to do tonight to win. They're going to have to stop him.
Yeah. I mean, and again, you look at these rosters and reading and prepping for this week, that Corsetti name was coming up a lot for Keystone.
Yep.
And at a junior, this kid is the real deal. And, again, Kane's got one mission, and it's stop Corsetti.
And I don't know that you can, though. He's that good of a player that he's one of those kids, and you've been around coaching football for a long time. You know that you have that kid. It comes to the – I don't know that we can stop him, but we have to limit his effective reality in the game. We have to limit the plays that he makes. And, he may get his yards, but we can't let him break us.
There's a difference in getting the yards 2 or 3 at a time compared to 10, 12, 14 at a time.
Make him earn it. Yeah.
Correct. Put that max effort out there and make him earn it. 2 yards at a time, it's going to be a grueling, daunting evening for him. He may still get his yards, but he's going to earn them yards. Going back to when they played week 4, the big play, the home run plays, so to speak.
Yeah.
You can't have them tonight. When it's winner moves on, and again, you go back to what Dale said, the loser prepares for winter sports. You got to maintain. You got to maintain them and make them work for it.
And on the Kane side of things, it's been a talented effort all year from Evan Anderson. He's been their guy. He's their leading rusher, and he has not only been effective out of the backfield, but he has been able to catch the ball and run with it. And Eric Novosel is such a great athlete at quarterback. I think, you look at these two teams, and I think, Mike, that the balance is there on the Kane side more offensively. They're not so much reliant upon one kid. They've got a bunch of kids that can burn you.
Correct, and that – in a game like this, in a time like this, that is huge because, Evan can, like you said, he's a dual threat. He can run the ball, but he can also catch. And the yards after the catch that Evan gets, it could be huge tonight. And then, Novosel is just, again, he's an athlete. And coming into tonight, keeping that composure, we're listening to people talk, and they're excited that this is, the first time in 8 years that Kane's hosted a playoff game?
I know, and that doesn't seem possible, but it is reality.
Absolutely, and it is reality. So we're dealing with a group of kids that haven't seen a home playoff game, so keep your emotions in check tonight. You know what I mean? Play
that's
fundamental football.
Yep, no doubt about that. And, you've been on the sidelines and prepared for opponents twice in a year. Regularly in Sheffield, you guys played each team twice. What goes through your mind as a coach when you're trying, you've seen a team once and you're preparing to see them again?
I think a lot of it is the confidence that your kids are going to bring tonight. Playing that first game against each other, there's some of the what-ifs and the unknowns. Seeing them a second time, as a down and dirty lineman, if you're going to be able to own that kid across from me or not.
There's no secrets.
Correct.
There's no secrets.
It's between the trenches, and no secret known. That's where you and I played, was in the trenches. You know what you're going to do against that guy. Tackling and this and that, but you get that game film. You get to go back and see what their tendencies were. Now, again, we're talking 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, these kids played against each other, so they are going to critique, but you got a real game experience head-to-head against these guys that, for Kane, you're coming out hungry because you don't want what happened to happen again.
And I'm sure that has been on the bulletin board all week in the locker room.
100%. And as Keystone, what you can't do is come in confident, well, we put a 50 spot on them, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
So,
and, the adjustments are always the biggest part of the game and how you flow with that. And we're going to see how that's going to play out here tonight as this one goes on. It is windy, and it likely will affect the kicking and passing games here. Temperatures in the lower 40s here at kickoff time, which means by the end it's going to be kind of chilly, no doubt about that.
End of October, beginning of November weather in Pennsylvania.
And if you're still playing this time of year, you're loving it because it means you've had a great season.
Yes, sir.
You are listening to the pregame show brought to you by Lindbergh Furniture and Mattress of Johnsonburg and Brookville and the Lindbergh Furniture Sleep Center. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the other matchups in the D9 playoffs tonight and give a preview to the D9 3A Championship tomorrow, which will be here on the Hound. You are listening to coverage of high school football brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Here in Elk County, family means everything. At St. Mary's Insurance and Affiliates, we treat our clients like part of our family. That's why St. Mary's Insurance, Borst Insurance in Ridgeway, and the Smith Keats Agency in Johnsonburg have been trusted by generations to protect homes, cars, businesses, and families. From our family to yours, we're here to protect what matters most. Stop by one of our offices, give us a call, or visit us online at stmarysagency.com.
Lindbergh Furniture, that's the star.
Where you'll find bargains galore.
Bob and Bonnie will save you cash.
And deliver your furniture in a flash.
Lindbergh.
Lindbergh Furniture wants to congratulate the teams playing in tonight's game. Congratulations on all you've achieved this year. They're proud of you and your success. You're a fine example of our area youth.
Heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling. Epic. Every time we show up for you. Epic. Making your day feel epic, like a superhero. Epic. Heating and cooling experts, tried, trusted, and true. Epic. Every install feels epic, and when the time comes, you'll know. You know you've got our trusted team for the golden heat. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling.
Hey, yo, listen up, fam. The Sons of Little Italy in Elk County is serving the most authentic pizza and heroes around. It's like it's straight from Italy in New York, right to your plate. Are you craving that mafia-grade taste? Well, this is the place for you. So get this, they've got differing hours each day. If you want to find out when they're open, do me a favor. Get onto their Facebook page, like them, and then take a peek. Now, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays because, hey, even gangsters need a little breather from what I hear. So, get your hands on the Take and Bake DiCerbo and Enzo pies, their fresh bread, heroes, and more. You can order now. Go online at thesonsoflittleitaly.com. That's thesonsoflittleitaly.com. Call them up, 814-773-3199. Now listen, don't wait, Capos. This ain't no chain joint. It's the real deal. Storm in and taste the legacy today. The Sons of Little Italy, 25 Luray Drive in Ridgeway. Need a loan? Go to Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. I'll bet you've heard that a few hundred times, but have you actually investigated it? They have a loan for your life. Whether it's an auto loan for a new or used vehicle, a loan for your college student, a home loan, a loan to get a boat, RV, ATV, or snowmobile, or a loan to take that long overdue vacation you need. I think you get the idea. They give out a lot of loans. Not only that, but the rates on those loans are even sweeter. Do you live, work, worship, or attend school in Elk, Cameron, McKean, or Warren County? If so, then you qualify for membership at Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. See how simple it can be. Visit one of their 7 locations in the area or log on to mlfcu.net. Best of luck to all the athletes competing today from Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union, where it certainly is good to be a member.
Welcome back to the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box here at Paul R. Miller Stadium. J.J. Michaels, Mike Barr alongside for tonight as the Cane Wolves being introduced right now down on the field. Mike, just a minute ago, the color guard, the cheerleaders, they, as part of the pregame, they flipped the flags up, and as soon as they did that, they stood straight up and started blowing. The wind is blowing from right to left here. The little tags on the goalposts are straight up. So it is going to be an issue tonight. There's no two ways about it.
100%. It sure is. And them flags, they're straight.
Yeah.
There's no wave. They're straight.
There's a pretty hefty wind here tonight on Halloween. Pre-game show brought to you by Lindbergh Furniture and Mattress of Johnsonburg and Brookville and the Lindbergh Furniture Sleep Center. The other 3 District 9 Class A quarters tonight, excuse me, we talked about it, that they are all rematches. We'll start down in Reimersburg tonight, where Union AC Valley is hosting Cameron County. Union AC Valley won that game earlier this year, and what a season it's been for them. They've got a pair of 1,000-yard rushers in Logan Skabinski and Max Gallagher, and they are without a doubt the favorites in that game tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, credit to them. I remember my first year coaching about 5-6 years ago when we went against them, and they were a up-and-coming, co-opt football team. But I give credit to the Union AC Valley. They figured it out how to make that co-op work, and it's working well, and they're playing elite football down there.
Cameron County has had a rough go, but they lost to Smethport last weekend. And that will be, that's not the way you want to go into the playoffs, no doubt about that. The other game that's on our sister station, B94, and it actually is in a little bit of a delay. We heard that the power is not, or was not, I don't know the situation at the moment, but it is not functioning down at Red Bank High School. So, they had to deal with that. But Red Bank and Ridgeway, the Bulldogs won way back on week 1. They beat the Elkers, but Ridgeway made a game of it. And Mike, as well as I do, that means nothing back then.
You have to put that aside. You have to put that behind you, and you got to look now one game at a time. We're in playoffs. This is it. This is what you played for all year long. So all that previous goes out the window, and you're coming to play football.
Yep, and then the other matchup is this is the 4-5 seed. The 3-6 is Ridgeway and Red Bank, and then the 2-7. We mentioned that,
right?
Yeah. So we're all caught. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm missing a game, but no, we're caught up.
Yep.
It'll be neat. The winner of this game will play Port Allegheny next weekend. The top seed, they get the bye this week, so that game will be at a site and time to be determined. Kickoff is coming. We are 5 minutes away. You are listening to High School Football on the Hound, the pregame show brought to you by Lindbergh Furniture and Mattress and the Lindbergh Furniture Sleep Center. And our broadcast tonight brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance. We're back with Kickoff next.
Do you suffer from uncomfortable varicose veins? Are your legs restless, swollen, or sore? Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway, along with experienced vascular surgeon and St. Mary's native, Dr. Philip Georgievich, will be offering a free vein screening on Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop struggling with sore and swollen varicose veins. We will see you Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 at Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway. No appointment necessary.
When you want a hometown feel with plenty of options, you choose Spitzer Outer World St. Mary's, where the service service is fun, fast, easy, and now backed by the Spitzer Shield. When you choose us, you choose a variety of brand new vehicles across 3 separate lots. When you choose us, you choose to know everything we've done to make our pre-owned vehicles second to none. A rigorous inspection process performed by factory-trained technicians and professional detail inside and out. Visit us along the $1 Million Highway today for all of your Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford needs. It's our Auto World St. Mary's. Our world revolves around
Top
you.
of the line builders, the area's leader in quality roofing projects, now add seamless gutter installation to our services. At Top of the Line Builders, our staff is trained to offer professional installation. For more information and a no-obligation quote on seamless gutters, call Nick Cherry at 814-965-5785. We offer free estimates and are fully insured. Top of the Line Builders. Get your project done right the first time.
Wouldn't it be great if you could have your insurances for auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement in just one agency? That's what Pacelli Insurance is for. They can help protect what is important for you and your family's future. Visit Pacelli Insurance in St. Mary's or call them at 814-781-3888. Pacelli Insurance, your preferred local independent insurance agency. Pacelli Insurance, where we protect your world.
Have you been looking for a career in the powdered metal industry? Medco Industries is now hiring. Medco Industries on Brussels Street in St. Mary's is a locally owned company offering long-term steady careers or part-time work with advancement opportunities and great benefits. Operations are regular 8-hour shifts with most weekends off. Medco's machining facility, Pro Process LLC, offers CNC operator and setup positions in a climate-controlled facility. Apply online at medcopm.com. Medco Industries, locally owned and operated in St. Mary's for over 40 years.
It is time for football as we are back here at Paul R. Miller Stadium in Kane in the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box. You are listening to high school football in the District 9 playoffs on WDDH St. Mary's 97.5 The Hound. JJ and Mike, and it's great to have along Casey Weimer once again, who is, I messaged her dad. I said, you think your daughter would like to run video for us tonight? And it was a resounding yes, because the weather forecast, we knew what it looked like. And she is up here just so glad to help out. Great to see you again, kiddo, and thanks for your help.
I mean, I heard she's the best camera person around.
She
so
is.
Why not get the best?
There is no doubt about that, that she is indeed. Well, the Wolves have won the toss, and they will defer their decision until the second half. And how about those black unis, Mike, that the Wolves have on? Those are pretty sharp.
They are very sharp. I did not recognize the Kane Wolves when they took the field. I was expecting blue.
And they have worn those this year one other time, I believe. So they will kick it off, and to do that, it'll be Tyson Boschert. And he will kick it deep to Dom Corsetti and Kaiden Carnahan, who are waiting at the 10-yard line. The Panthers in their white road unis, they look like almost like the Iowa Hawkeyes.
That they do.
So here we go. The District 9 playoffs are underway. It is a high kick. It'll come down at the 10-yard line, and that is Carnahan on the return and up over the 25 to the 26, where he is tackled there. And it'll be first down for Keystone. Well, Mike, we talked about the weather. That is definitely going to affect it. It looks like maybe there's a penalty flag on the play as the official is coming over. Yes, it's going to be a hold on Keystone. So
Well, I got to tell you, that number 6, that Hayden Hollaback there for Kane, he made a fantastic open field tackle. He was one-on-one. He made a great tackle on that play.
So they'll return it back to the 17-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Panthers. Dom Corsetti, their talented quarterback. And he'll go from shotgun on 1st down, and he gets the call, run left, and some nice yards over the 20 to about the 23, 24-yard line. And that's what we see a lot from them, Mike.
Well, and again, when you're getting 5-6 yards at a crack, it's working. So first play, break the jitters off and for Kane and, come up. They did have one guy back there, just kind of made a miss. And Dom, like you and I talked about earlier, Dom's that athlete. He's going to make you miss.
He is absolutely. 2nd down, Corsetti. And this time they blow it up as Tommy Shrub is there. And Kane Jamerson is there. Great effort.
That was read very well by the Kane defense. They read that really well.
No gain on the play. It brings up 3rd down. 3rd down and about 3. Third down and 3. They'll go from that same formation. And a play fake. Corsetti back, flips it out here. He's got it complete up over the 30 and out of the 35-yard line. That's Landon Money on the reception, number 22.
That was a well-designed play. That play is a hard play to cover with that guy just skirting off the line 2 yards down the field. That's just a 2-yard pass and yards after the catch.
And the first down of the game to the 39-yard line.
Another designed run.
And he'll scoot around the end. Look out. He's down the sideline. One man to beat. He's not going to get there. And it's a touchdown for Keystone. No flags on the play, and that's exactly what we talked about, Mike. That's what that kid is capable of, and that's what he does.
That was just explosion. He hit that end, and there wasn't much room because they ran to the short side of the field. And he found the crease, and he was through it before I think anybody could realize, and down the field he went.
And those design runs, man, they are so effective. Extra point attempt here, Seth Slogenhopt. The hold there will be James Rankin. Good snap, the hold, and the kick on the way, and it is good. 7-0 Keystone. You are listening to high school football on the Hound, brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
When is the last time you really felt like your body was functioning properly? If you can't remember, then it's time for you to call Rowley Family Chiropractic of St. Mary's. They've been serving the community for 25 years. Their mission is to improve your overall quality of life by allowing your nervous system to work at its fullest potential. Want to know more? Log on RowleyFamilyChiropractic.com or call 814-834-1045. Rowley Family Chiropractic, improving health one spine at a time. Zook Motors in Kane is a proud supporter of the area's high school sports teams. They know what it means to be part of a community. Family owned and operated, they've been serving the area for almost 100 years. That's why you can trust Zooks to find you the right vehicle for your needs and price range. Best of luck to the players and coaches in today's matchup from everyone on the team at Zook Motors, your area Ford dealer just west of Kane on Route 6.
Well, there's no chance of thunderstorms in the forecast, but we just saw some lightning there, Mike.
Boy, did we ever. Like I said, that kid, he found the crease and he went.
Kickoff is going to come down to the 7-yard line, and on the return for Kane, that is Evan Anderson, and Evan gets up over the 30 to about the 31-yard line.
And that was a great return by Evan. You know, he could have went across field, cross grain, and hit the wide side of the field, but he saw that opening, and he got really good yards out of that return that rolled around a little bit down there in the end.
Well, that touchdown run, 61 yards, the Spitzer scoring play, brought to you by Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's. Their world revolves around you. 7-0 Keystone, 10:18 to go in this first quarter. Now the Wolves to the offense. They have the wind at their backs, and they go to Anderson on first down, and he gets maybe a yard or two up to about the 35-yard line.
JJ, that play looked like it took a little bit to develop there. It looked a little slow going in the beginning.
Second down and 7. Yeah, and now we've got a stoppage of play here. As looked like one of the Kane kids has some equipment issues.
Looks like something wrong with his shoe.
This isn't good, a blown tire.
And again, it's one of the guys in the trenches.
I mean, I knew it was going to be rough there tonight, but come on. Oh, they're resetting the clock. Okay. That's what they're doing. 9:55, I believe, is what they're going to reset the game clock to. Showing 9:42 at the moment. But that drive for Keystone, pretty amazing. 4 plays, 83 yards, and the touchdown run, 61 yards by Corsetti. And he's already off and running tonight. He's got 3 carries for 68 yards, and you know that was the one thing, Mike, that we talked about. That play is one that Kane's got to solve. They can't if that's going to happen tonight. See you later.
Yeah, you as Kane's defense, you need to figure out that. I don't know if it's put a spy on him, put a monster on him. You got to do something to, again, contain him to 1 or 2 yards.
There's a pitch left to Anderson, and Evan climbs, dives over the 40, fumble on the play. They're going to say he's down.
Boy, that was a good, hard run. You like to see a ball carrier that isn't afraid to lower his shoulder and welcome the contact. And in today's day and age, a lot of people don't like that, but he lowered his shoulder, he welcomed that contact, and he ended up getting a half a yard more for it.
And that's going to be a first down. They climb it up to the 42, and the clock runs 9:33 to go first quarter. Keystone leads it 7-0 on a touchdown run by Dom Corsetti. And here goes Novosel on the keeper to the left side, searching for room. And I like that. He dove forward up over the 46. He kind of waited for people to move by him and then scooted back, Mike.
Yeah, that was a nice, patient run. Novosel, I mean, they wanted it to be a sweep around the end, and it wasn't there, so he cut it back, saw the chance, and he got 4 yards out of the deal.
So it's a second down and 6. 3 wide in the formation here for the Wolves. Novosel under center. They go Anderson left, and Anderson can't get around the end. Great job by that D end over there. And that is 22. That's Landon Money, and he limited that to a yard.
I don't know if it's the coach coming out in me or what, but that D end, he kept his outside shoulder free. He was in contact, but he kept that outside shoulder free, and that's what assisted him in making that stop.
And as a coach, you teach that, right?
100%.
That's what you teach
that was textbook. How
and
to
Anderson,
stop that.
this time he goes nowhere. He stopped at the 49, maybe a yard, but boy, penetration. Monty Frederick, the sophomore, was all over that play from the get-go.
Yeah, he read that really well. He didn't give up any ground, and he held his ground, and he didn't give any.
So it's fourth down, and the first big call of the game comes with just under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Kane is going to go for it on fourth down. 4th and about 3. They've got to get to the Keystone 48-yard line. Shotgun formation. Novosel, play fake. He keeps it. He's got the first down and more. Outside, 35-30. One man to beat, and he gets him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
As much credit as I gave Keystone for a well-designed play, I'm going to give it to Kane right there. That was a fantastic little quarterback counter, and he hit the hole, and he wasn't looking back.
34 yards on the run and a first down to the Keystone 17-yard line for Novosel. So now Kane in business in the red zone. Now they'll change that play up here. And they're going to they've got a slot to the short side of the field, moving from the right hash mark now. Novosel shotgun, calls his own number, straight ahead, and nothing doing. As that was Joey Spence, I think, on that tackle. He'll get maybe to the 16.
Boy, and I noticed there, too, that Keystone flipped down to a 5 front. They were playing that to stop a run, for sure.
Well, and I think your strategy, obviously you can practice what you want all week, but the strategy when you get here and you find out the wind is whipping at 25 miles an hour, it kind of changes, doesn't it?
100%. You can't plan for this wind. You can't practice for this wind. So, your game plan changed tonight, probably a half hour, 40 minutes before game time.
Trips now in the formation, 3 wide. They got a slot right. Under center, they go to Anderson. Oh, and it blown up. Who's the big guy down there?
I think it's Monty.
One is Everett Fulton.
Yep.
And he was all over the backfield. He completely blew that play up.
Boy, I don't know if he even made contact with the lineman. He was through there so fast. That's not your Kane. You don't like seeing that. You get the big play on 4th down, you get the big run down the field, and now you're kind of stagnant, and you gotta. Oh, we're going.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. 6:12 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Keystone. Anderson, the lone setback. Hollabeek goes in motion. They give it to Anderson, and he gets forward for about a yard. Spence there, and guess what? Big 75. Fulton lays him out. Gain of 2, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Kane. This is a couple plays now where Fulton's, owned his guy. You got to kind of figure out, maybe give him a double, give him something to help out.
Well, now it'll be Tyson Boschert on to try a 35-yard field goal here with the wind at his back. Good snap, good hold, the kick on the way, and it is no good. Wide to the left, a little line drive, and it'll remain 7-0.
Keystone, they even had pressure in on that. There was a guy making a dive for the ball. So if you're the offensive line for Kane, you got to shore some things up here a little bit. It's still early. We got plenty of ball left to do, make some changes. And
5:30 left to go in this first quarter and a 7-0 lead.
They're coming out in a spread formation.
And Corsetti going to run himself, and that one's blown up.
And number 54, Isaiah Smith for Kane, he stayed home. He wasn't going to let Corsetti get to the outside, and he did a very nice job of sealing that and pushing him back into where all the Kane defenders were.
Loss of a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as we approach 5 minutes to go. Second possession for Keystone. They took it to the house on the first. Here's a little flip pass out on the flat. It's Rankin on the reception. And short yardage there. He'll get hit at the 22. Gain of about 3.
Nice job by Novosel on that one. He read that right away, and before the potential screen blocker had his head turned around, he was already by him to put pressure on the ball carrier, on the receiver. That was well-designed play, but it was well read by the defense to cover that, to keep it to 3 yards.
So 3rd down, big one here. And Corsetti's going to run right. And Corsetti goes down. There goes Isaiah Smith with another big defensive play. That kid he's been their man all year, Mike, and he does it there again.
Well, I see why. That kid looked like he was shot out of a cannon from that middle spot. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the play they scored on.
It was similar, yeah.
Very,
that was
very similar.
But it was run. The other thing about that is that was run from more on the middle of the field. This one, the other one was the short side of the field.
Yes, sir.
So on to punt is Corsetti, and 4th down, a good kick away, and Novacell will let it roll, and it'll scoot down to about the 42, rolls to 41, now the 40, and the 39-yard line.
Boy, Kane had some good pressure on that punt, too, and he doesn't take a deep drop, I noticed, like most punters do. He was short, and they may be something to keep in your back pocket for later in the game to try a block.
Especially with this wind, because you just don't know what's going to transpire with that.
And that's another good point. He did keep that punt low because you get it up in this wind and you're not going to change that field possession like you'd want.
Yeah. First down, Kane. High snap. Here's a little dump pass up the middle, and that is to Anderson. Anderson will get up to about the 47-yard line. That actually goes into the book as a reception.
Huh. Boy, tell you what.
Because he tipped it forward. That's the easiest pass a quarterback will ever make.
Well, that helps the stats. One trip away from breaking that one wide open.
Second down, 2 as we approach 3 minutes to go first quarter. 7-0 Keystone on the strength of a 61-yard Dom Corsetti touchdown run. Split rights to the wide side of the field now. And a man in motion, that's Will Silfies. They give it to him and a handoff. Around the end he goes. First down, midfield, and into Keystone territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that was, again, good play. Get you your first down. You know, you're controlling the clock here. You're moving the ball. You're getting the first downs. You're doing what you need to do to go down and potentially tie this game.
2:33 and a moving clock in this first quarter. And this will be the third play of this drive now for Kane. And we've got a stoppage here. What's going on?
I don't know. The referee's in the middle of the field.
Looks like an equipment thing, perhaps. Yeah, it looks like Jacob Henry. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I think Derrick Henry had a big night rushing last night for Baltimore.
That he did.
We'll let you know that the game is kicked off over on B94, our sister station. Mark Martinez, Nate Stice, Ridgeway at Red Bank Valley.
So they got the lights back on.
They got the lights on.
That's a good thing. Thomas
Edison came back and made things roll. So that's good to know. Here it's 7-0. 2:20 to go first quarter. And the Wolves will move from the right hash mark here. Slot to the left. Novacell will go from the shotgun. Hollebeek in motion. High snap. Novacell going to keep it. Moves inside and has a nice gain inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line.
That was very, very well handled by Novacell. It was a high snap. He had to go up and get it, but you know what? Talked about that mental state early in the game and keeping your composure. He kept it there and was able to get 6-7 yards out of it.
From the 39 now, second down and 3. Talon Schaefer will move out to the right side here, over on the far side of the field. Kane moving right to left here in this first quarter. Here's Evan Anderson on a handoff, and he plows forward. Another first down. That's a nice little jaunt to the 34.
Boy, he had a good little wall of blockers, and he tucked himself right in behind them wall of blockers, and he got himself 4 or 5 yards for that first down.
Well, they give him the 33. That'll be a gain of 6. And a first down, 1:17 to go first quarter. And Kane on the move. Their first drive ended in a field goal that was missed. Here's Anderson again, and he gets stuck. Oh, man. That's Joe Spence again.
Evan was able to get about another 1.5 to 2 yards after initial contact on that while he was going down. Just smart football sense to keep going downhill to gain them yards.
He's such a tough kid, and to see him play, he plays bigger than he actually is. It's one of those kids.
And again, that's something you can't coach.
No, you can't. That's a football mentality.
100%.
28 seconds and a moving clock. 2nd and 8. Here's a little pitch out there. That's Anderson, and he is stopped. Looked for a moment like he had some room, but that closed quickly. He'll get to the 30, and that is likely to be the final play of this first quarter as he is tackled at the 30-yard line. And it'll bring up third down and about 7. But that will end the first quarter. We've played one here in Kane. 7-0. Keystone leads high school football on the Hound, brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
For nearly 40 years, one name in the area stands out when it comes to plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and more.
Hi, this is Shirley from Newell's Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning. We have been providing plumbing and HVAC services in St. Mary's since 1984. Our customers are our #1 priority, and we are quick to answer or return calls, especially in emergency situations. From initial estimates through the project completion, we will work with you to ensure you're 100% satisfied. Our team of technicians has a combined 88 years of experience, so we have knowledge on our side for any job. We are professional, fair, family-friendly, and work with you to understand your needs and goals. From residential to light commercial, we can ensure your plumbing and HVAC systems are running at peak performance.
For all your plumbing and heating needs, put your trust in us. Newell's Plumbing and Heating's Trout Run Road, St. Mary's.
Back at the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium, J.J. Michaels, Mike Barr, and at the end of one, it is 7-0. Keystone on the strength of a 61-yard touchdown run by Don Corsetti, and they're leading it. Now the Wolves are moving into Keystone territory at the 30-yard line, and third down coming up. And this is a big play coming up here, Mike.
Absolutely, and what you got to know is you don't have to get 7 yards to get the first down. This is going to be 2-down territory.
They've got to get to the 22, and it is Novosel back to throw. Flips it out, got him. That's Jamerson. First down and more inside the 20 and down to the 18. That was a great play call.
That's one of them little slip passes that are only a 2-yard route, but when you catch them, you can run forever. And what I think is unique about that play is they waited till they were going in the wind to pass the ball for the first time.
And it was just a simple cross. It was one of those where you flow the defense and then they come back the other way.
That was a beautiful play. But I do notice that the little flags at the end of the goalpost now are less than straight out than what they were before. So
you know who's doing that, don't you? That's Barry Morgan that's stopping.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Man in motion. Novosel keeps it. Now moves outside. Bounces it around from a tackle. Inside the 10 he goes, and he's ripped down at about the 8-yard line. What an effort by Novosel.
You know, 2 times on that run, it looked like he was going to get tackled, and he made one step and made a guy miss, and then he picked up a key block. That was a great, great effort.
Now the Wolves. 9th play of this drive coming up from the 8-yard line, 2nd and 1. Under center, they give it straight ahead. Isaiah Smith out of the backfield, and Smith is going to be right at the stick.
It's going to depend on where they mark him.
Pull out our beef stick-o-meter here. And from this point, it looks like he's about a beef stick.
Oh, they gave it to him.
Well, wow, okay. Yeah. So to the 7 and a first down. First and goal with 10:23 to go in the first half. Kane knocking on the door. Pitch out, Anderson left. Picks up a block, but quickly the hole closes and he'll get down to the 6. Keystone moving very well to the ball on that play defensively, Mike.
Boy, I tell you what, they got a great kick-out block by Evan Anderson. But number 2, Jake Henry for Keystone, he was flying on that play, and just he's the reason why he didn't go.
That kid is a defensive stronghold. It is so tough to block him. And he is one heck of an athlete, first of all, but one heck of a football player in addition to that. High snap, and it's free. The ball loose. There's a scrum for it. It's picked up. And on the run goes Keystone. I don't know who has that. I think that is Moni. Moni takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
No flags.
Wow!
That's going to stand. Wow. Boy, you hate to see that if you're
Oh, my. An 80-yard touchdown return.
And you know, though, that's not the first time we've seen that snap be high tonight. You know, Evan's been able to gather it in all those other times. That one there just went off the tip of his fingers. And
slog and hop for the extra point. An 80-yard fumble return. And my, oh my, how things can change in the blink of an eye. Movement up front. Kane going to be offside there. Whew.
Yeah, that'll be against the Wolves on I can't get the number, but he just crept over in the neutral zone. That's, you know.
Yep.
But now that does change things because now it puts the ball a little closer. Kind of looks like the kicker went off the field for Keystone.
Yep, and they're going to try this two-point conversion now. Corsetti back on the field. Henry is back there with him. Corsetti takes it. Corsetti gets it. A two-point conversion, and bam! An 8-point swing. Keystone 15. Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound is brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
With 2 locations on Baker Alley in Ridgeway and Route 219 in Johnsonburg, Elk County Foods friendly staff is ready to serve you. They offer daily and weekly specials, including their 5 for $24.99 in the meat department. Check out their large hot and cold deli, the freshest of fresh produce, and their own homemade beef sticks and smoked cheese. Having a get-together? Let Elk County Foods do the work for you. Elk County Foods of Ridgeway and Johnsonburg, hometown proud. Check us out on Facebook or visit us online. Stop by Ridgeway Fox's Pizza Den and enjoy some delicious food. The menu is filled with all your favorites, including their famous pizza, hoagies, wedgies, salads, pasta dishes, fish dinners, and more. Plus new menu items for you to try. So when you're hungry, look no further than Fox's Pizza Den at 144 North Broad Street in Ridgeway. Give them a call at 814-776-2189. Ridgeway Fox's Pizza. Family owned and operated since 1987. Best of luck to all the athletes and teams.
Wow, lightning strikes again. An 80-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Landon Money. And what looked so good for Kane has turned not so good. Here's the kickoff. That will be Anderson at the 10-yard line, back over to the 20, and he'll be tackled there.
Yeah, you know, JD, that's unfortunate for Kane, but if you want to, Kane's moving the ball. 2 possessions, and they've moved the ball against Keystone. So it's deflating, and it can be aggravating at times. But what you got to focus on is you can move the ball. So we get back on it, and we move the ball, and you got to make a statement.
Motion on first down. They give it to Anderson left side, and he'll get a yard, maybe.
Yeah, and again, this is a dose of what Kane's been giving Keystone tonight, and unfortunately there that went for no yards. But, you know, it's not time to panic. Don't go away from what your game plan is. Keep at it.
(15-0) Keystone, and Anderson again, and there he is, 75. Everett Fulton, the senior, he's had a whale of I mean, he's the kind of kid you want up front on defense,
listen,
Mike.
He's having a ball game right there. He was off the ball as soon as that ball moved, and he owned the gap that he was supposed to own. That was just a fantastic defensive play.
So it's 3rd down and 9. They give him the 23-yard line. 8:07 to go in this first half. 15-0. Keystone is in front.
Yeah, and again, if you're Kane, you got to look to stop at number 75, because if you want to run both sides of the ball, you gotta be able to stop him.
Kane takes a timeout here. They'll talk it over with 7:55 to go in this first half. And while we have the chance, want to thank Epic Heating and Cooling in Brockway for sponsoring our video streaming tonight of the game on our YouTube page, which there is a link on Facebook as well for that. And there is also a separate channel on our YouTube page for the Ridgeway Red Bank game that is going on down there. And we'll get an update on that here as we go through. But here, 15-0 Keystone. Dom Corsetti, the big plays, Mike, and we talked about that up top tonight. And, we said that those big splash plays, the home run plays, were the ones that Kane could not give up tonight, and they've given up 2 of them.
And that they have, One was, the last one's a mistake. The last one is, a little bit of a high snap, not being able to control it, and just an unfortunate event of a turnover that was able to be scooped and scored.
Well, the timeout there. Kane will have 2 remaining.
Yeah, that's not a bad use of a timeout if you're Kane right there. That's, collect our thoughts. And
here's Novosel to throw. Out in the flat and knocked away. Great defense by Eli Anger. He came up and stuck his paw out in front of it. Incomplete.
That's one of them plays from sitting up here. You've seen it develop, and you've seen Eli sitting back there, and I was worried for a pick.
And the way he closed, the thing was he closed so quickly on that ball.
He covered some good distance, and again, that kid, you could tell he's been coached right at a cornerback position.
Talon Schaefer is in punt formation, and he'll boot it away. Corsetti deep, and they kick it. It goes past him and takes a nice Kane roll. That's going to roll down to the 30-yard line, and it'll be down there.
Well, what I can tell you is I figured out the punter's punting in this direction and figured to keep it low, line drive it, and Kane got a good roll off of that and was able to, flip the field a little bit.
So Keystone will get it back with 7:41 to go here in this first half, leading at 15-0. And this is, at this level right here, Mike, if Keystone gets a touchdown here, this is big. This is a big moment in this game.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You don't want, under 7 minutes or under 8 minutes to go in the half, you don't want to give up anything big. Hold them tight.
We've got a penalty flag before this starts. We're going to have a procedure penalty on Keystone. So I'll move them back to the 25-yard line.
If you're Kane, you're okay with that. And now if you're Keystone, you want to put a little bit of a drive together to eat some clock because Kane has been able to move the ball.
Well, and Kane will get the ball in the second half. And on the flip side of it, too, this is an opportunity. If you get to stop here, it's 1st and 15 now. If you get this stop and can get the ball and do something with it, that's pretty big. Here's Corsetti, play fake, and he runs right into the arms of Isaiah Smith, and Smith body slams him back to the ground.
He wasn't letting him go. To go back to what you were just saying, you're absolutely right. If you can flip this, cause a 3 and out here, you got a chance to double here. You got a chance to score going in and then score coming out of the half, and where it's a ball game.
Yeah.
It's still a ball game. I'm not saying it's not a ball game now. It's still a ball game because Kane's moving the ball.
Well, it's second down and 13 now. 7 minutes to go in the half. 15-0 Keystone leads. Henry in motion. Corsetti's back to throw. Going to go deep down the middle of the field. Wide open. It's caught inside the 40-yard line. And on that reception is Landon Reed.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it looks like somebody from Kane got caught peeking in the backfield. But that's what Corsetti can do with his legs. They're going to be peeking to see if he's going to run, and he was wide open down the middle of the field.
And I do think the wind may have knocked that down a little bit because Reed had to kind of wait there for it.
Yeah.
Gain of 33 and a first down. Here's Corsetti. They hand it to Henry. Henry's got a hole, and somebody tripped him up. Who was that? Was that Shrub?
It was Shrub.
I think it was Tommy Shrub that just grabbed his shoestring.
I'm guessing 2 fingers grabbed that shoestring is what I'm guessing.
Oh, he was gone. There was nobody else there. That reminds me, you remember that play? I forget who it was, the Steelers and Colts, and it was when Jim Harbaugh was their quarterback in the AFC Championship game. It was a 3rd down, and somebody tripped. I forget the Steeler that tripped them up in that game, and the Steelers ended up winning it. Here comes a handoff to Rankin, end around, looking for the corner, and he's tripped up. Nice tackle by Novosel. He's got the first down to the Kane 29.
Yeah, I mean, initially on that play, it looked like it was going to be held for a loss, but, man, when you run them to the wide side of the field and you got a ball carrier that knows the game and knows what they're doing, they know they just got to get to that stick, and that's what he did. Is he strung it out far enough just to get to that first down stick and give Keystone a new set of downs.
Clock running, 5:30 to go in the half, 15-0 Keystone. The 5th play of this drive is coming up. They started back at the 30-yard line. Man in motion, and Corsetti will keep it straight ahead. Don Corsetti, big hole, and he runs over a defensive back down to the 14.
Yeah, that was a punishing run right there. Yeah, I mean, number 9, Jamison for Kane.
Yeah.
He was there. He got the wrath of Corsetti right there on that one, unfortunately.
Well, you look at how quick the kid is, but he showed how powerful he can be right there.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that yet tonight, but that he can lay a hit.
Under 5 minutes now to go in the half. Henry in motion. They give him the ball. Sweep right. And Isaiah Smith with a great pursuit there as he brought him down for a loss back at the 27.
What's deceiving there about Smith, what I noticed is it really did look like he had the edge. It looked like Henry had the edge there, and Isaiah closed really well on that. So, again, and that's something you keep in the back of your mind, that he can close that fast.
So 2nd and 12. The clock still ticks. 4:15 to go. Henry in motion. Corsetti keeps looking. Under pressure now. Escapes out. Flips it here. Oh, in and out of the hands. Rankin was open, but a little bit too much mustard on that beast.
Yeah. Corsetti had to get rid of that quick. He had pressure. There was 3 Kane guys right there, and that pressure is what caused that pass to sail on him. But again, he had a guy wide open. So
3rd down coming up. From the right hash mark, Keystone will put slot out here to the left. That is Carnahan in the slot. And Landon Reed, the guy who made the catch earlier in the drive, wide left. Corsetti back to throw. They set up a screen beautifully. It's caught by Spence. Touchdown, Keystone.
That was a very, very well-timed screen. He could have walked in to that. That was well played. Smart call on that play, and
a 16-yard touchdown pass. The Spitzer scoring play brought to you by Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's. Their world revolves around you, and now Keystone has blown it open. Slogenhop on the extra point attempt. Good snap, good hold. The kick is on the way, and it is good. Keystone 22, Kane nothing. High school football on the How, brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Hello, this is Michelle from Christ Family Funeral Homes. Together with my husband Roy, we own and operate Lynch Green Funeral Home in St. Mary's, Christ Funeral Homes in Ridgeway and Kersey. As the largest provider of burial and cremation services in Elk County, families often turn to us in their time of need to help them create beautiful life celebrations, offer a comforting hand, and care for your family as if they're our own.
For more information, visit ChristFamilyFuneralHomes.com. That's ChristFamilyFuneralHomes.com.
Hey, Carney from Cataldo Collision. Do you know Cataldo Collision is certified or recommended by the following automobile manufacturers? Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Nissan, Kia, Hyundai, General Motors, Chevy, Buick, GMC, Honda, Acura, and Subaru. So if your vehicle was involved in an accident, bring it to the Tri-County's largest certified or recommended collision repair center, Cataldo's Collision, on Division Street in DuBois, the building with the big red roof. And remember, we do magic.
22-0. Keystone is in front, and now the kickoff down to the 11-yard line. That's Anderson on the return. No, check that. It's Novacell, and he gets up and out of bounds at over right about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good return by him, and smart to get out of bounds there. 3:56 left to go before half. If you're Kane, any kind of points at this point would be a positive. If you're Kane. So, and again, they're receiving the second half kickoff, so you got a chance to build some momentum here if you're Kane.
Yeah, but I think it's imperative that you score here. 3:56 to go. You've got to get some points, and preferably 6, and then the extra point.
Absolutely.
Well, Kane will come out here from the 37-yard line, first down. Back to throw is Novacell. Has some time. Now he's scooting out of the pocket, looking downfield. He flips it up. It's picked off. 42-yard line. Corsetti on the return, and he's finally hit at the 49. And oh my.
Yeah, he was being flushed out of the pocket. He was well out of the pocket. You can't fault him for giving the effort. He was trying to get it in. If he could have, he just underthrew it.
And that was likely the worst possible thing that could have happened for Kane right there. As now, from the 49-yard line of the Wolves, Keystone has it, first down. 3:43 to go. Here's an inside handoff, and nothing doing there.
Nice.
Rankin.
Yeah, Kane Jamison, he played that really well. That was one of them little inside counter reverses, and he's playing the outside linebacker spot, and he stayed home. He stayed right there, and he made a great play.
Kid just a sophomore, and he's had a great season for Kane. 3:12 to go in the half. 22-0. Keystone leads it. Shotgun and man in motion. Here's Corsetti. Run left. Looking for the block on the edge. Gets away from one and then is pushed out inside the 45 down at about the 42-yard line.
He was very patient there. He didn't hit the edge like he hit the edge before. He was very patient, methodical, letting his blockers come. Notice Kane went to his 6 front defense there, and nothing wrong with that when you're trying to stop the run. But if you get blocked, it doesn't leave many more guys downfield.
Yes, sir. So it'll be third down at about 3. Clock under 3 minutes now at 2:59. It's stopped. Keystone checking those wristbands. Corsetti from the shotgun. He's back under some pressure now, and he goes down. They say, nope, incomplete pass. Incomplete pass. Hollabeek had him a beat on him. He grabbed him, and just as he was going down, he threw it away. And they're going to say incomplete.
Now my question was there a receiver close?
That is exactly what went my mind, and there's an official talking to an umpire there. And let's see what this is going to be. Nope, incomplete pass. And no flag. So it'll be fourth down and about 3. Interesting call there, Mike. I thought.
Very interesting because it was nowhere near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And to me, and I don't always with the officials in my career, but the closest guy was in the flats. And, the flats, to me, the flats is off the line of scrimmage, and the ball was thrown 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So, again, I've learned in my career that you're not going to argue with the officials.
It's a judgment call.
100%.
And you know what? That was the judgment. So Keystone now going to take timeout. 2:50 to go. We'll take one as well. High school football on the Hound, brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Grilling season is never over, and that means a trip to Bell's Meat and Poultry in Kane for the best cuts of beef, chicken, and pork that money can buy. Whether it's a big juicy burger, mouth-watering steak, delicious chops, sizzling sausage, or fresh chicken, it all tastes better from Bell's. Pick up some beef sticks, some special smoked cheese, spicy dip, a world-famous griller, ham or chicken salad, and more at Bell's Meat and Poultry in Kane. Open 7 days a week to serve you. Johnson's Tire Service on Route 6 in Clarendon has been your Goodyear tire dealer for over 40 years. If you're in the market for a new set of truck tires, Johnson's Tire Service is your area dealer for Goodyear, Michelin, and other brands. They offer alignment service for trucks, motorhomes, and trailers. Call 814-723-3950 or find them online at johnsonstire.com. Johnson's Tire Service thanks their customers for their positive reviews, earning a top-rated service center distinction by Carfax.
Welcome back to the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium as our halftime delicacy has arrived. This 2:50 left in the first half cannot go fast enough. Here's Corsetti, fourth down, throw incomplete. He was trying to get it over there to Money, and he couldn't connect. So a break for the Wolves.
Yeah, and that was just a miss on their part. He had him. He had the first down, just a little bit touch overthrown, But if you're Kane, that's a win. That turnover didn't cost you anything. You still got 2:46 left to go. You're at the, you have time to make something happen.
And more importantly, along those lines, 2 timeouts.
Absolutely.
To utilize here before halftime. 2:46 to go. Shotgun for Novosel, and he'll run it to the right. Picks up a block. He's got room. Look out. Midfield and out of bounds into Keystone territory.
Very smart. Very smart. He could have turned that up and tried to get a couple more yards, but you know what? He took the route to get out of bounds, stopped that clock, got the first down, and like you said a minute ago, still 2 timeouts.
Yep. And even better for Kane, he got out of bounds.
Yeah.
So from the Keystone 47-yard line, first down. Novosel again. And he squirts forward inside the 45, down to the 42.
Brought down by number 22, Landon Money, and number 75, Everett Fulton.
Yeah.
Well, they mark him at the 43. And it brings up 2nd and 6, 2:15. And the clock ticking.
I noticed both these teams, neither one of them huddle.
They both call the play from the line.
Call the play right from the line. Kind of hampers your substitutions if
it does.
The defense.
Yep. And man in motion, Novosel going to run left. Looks for the corner, and he doesn't get it. He runs in, guess who? 75, Mr. Fulton again.
And, here's what's impressive about that. Mr. Fulton's playing a defensive tackle spot, and he made that tackle way out there on a sweep.
And it's for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 7, minute 38 to go, clock ticking. It now is going to become an issue here for Kane.
Yeah, now you may just want to keep them timeouts in your pocket till you see what happens on this play.
Right, this is a big play here. Shotgun, Anderson in motion, and we've got a penalty flag, and Keystone apparently was offsides.
Well, that definitely aids in Kane's decision here.
So move them up 5 to the 39.
And it stopped the clock momentarily. It'll start on the ready for play.
And they do that, minute 10. 3rd down and 2 now. They're going to put a slot right from the left hash mark. Anderson in motion. And Novosel catches, he'll be right at the lead stick. That looks to be a first down.
Timeout, Kane. JJ, I just want to make note, that was another high snap that Novosel had to go up and get.
And boy, they're going to mark him short. And it'll be at the 40, just shy of the 42. And it's going to be,
I think they're going to measure.
Or I'm sorry, the 37. 37. Okay, yeah, they're going to measure.
I guess we're not as high-tech as the NFL.
Well,
it's just
right.
going to appear on our screen.
Kane did take their second time out, so they have one left.
Although I do remember, since we're in the Barry Morgan press box, he used to sit up here and get these pretty accurate.
Oh, he was on target with these. That one is about a beef stick beef stick and a third short. And he didn't need these things that I use, these binoculars. That man could call it.
I wasn't going to bring that up.
Well,
yeah.
Hey, I admit, I cheat on that. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
That's all right.
50.7 remaining in the half, 22-0. Keystone leads it. And it'll be 4th down and inches at the 37-yard line for the Wolves. And I'm pretty sure they're going to go under center. And Keystone showing blitz. Now Novosel steps out from under the center to look over. They're changing up the play in the sideline here.
Yeah, he pulled out from underneath the center when that linebacker walked himself up.
Yeah, yep. And they pitch out. Anderson left, looking for the corner, and he's brought down right at the stick again. I don't know. It's going to depend on the spot again.
JJ, I think that backer walking up made Kane change that play.
I think so. I gotta agree with you on that because it was right then when he ducked back up.
Absolutely, and they caused it, and then he didn't end up coming. When they changed the play, he stayed back and played defense. And
they're going to measure it, and he did not get it. Keystone football. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and you you teach and preach these kids that, football isn't always a game of the hardest hit. And I give that credit right there to that middle linebacker coming up. I truly believe that made Kane change that play. And it benefited Keystone on that.
Well, and it's a 1st down for Keystone now.
And they're coming out in an empty backfield.
Here's Corsetti, play fake, and he's got room. Strips away from another tackle. Here he goes. One man to beat, and Novosel can't get there. Touchdown, Keystone. Tom Corsetti.
Wow. Yeah, Keystone come out and put 5 wide receivers out there. They put one in motion, and it was a designed run right from the get-go.
62-yard touchdown run. The Spitzer scoring play brought to you by Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway. St. Mary's now slog and hop to attempt the point after touchdown. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is on the way, and it is no good. It is wide left. So it'll remain Keystone 28, Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
You've heard it said before that financial security doesn't come easy. You have to plan for it, work for it, and manage your money wisely. In today's financial world, it sure helps to have a bank that helps with that process. At Hamlin Bank, they are the bank that takes care of its customers. Visit one of their locations in Smethport, Kane, Mount Jewett, Eldred, Bradford, Olean, New York, St. Mary's, and their newest branch in Sheffield. See them online at hamlinbank.com. Member FDIC.
If you're planning on having masonry work done this year, call the pros at Steger Masonry in Ridgeway at 772-7083. Their years of experience will make sure the job's done right. Call Stager Masonry at 772-7083, 772-7083, Stager Masonry in Ridgeway. Schedule your masonry work with the pros. Remember, masonry is no hobby.
Wow, another big play by Dom Corsetti, and now Keystone is up big, 28-0. Here's the kickoff that is going to be fallen upon down at the 18-yard line down there. And there's not much you could do with that. It was a little squibber, and it'll be first down Kane at the 18.
Yeah, and if you're Kane here, you want to just get these 32 seconds off and go regroup in the locker room at halftime.
Keystone is going to take a timeout here. That'll be their second. They'll have one left in the half. But the halftime show brought to you by Bell's Meat and Poultry on Fraley Street in Kane is coming up. And my buddy James Anderson has done us a huge favor tonight. And I will explain more, but the press box seemed kind of pleased with what they knew was coming.
Well, I don't know why you put it in front of me, but the smell the last 2 minutes and 32 seconds have been driving me crazy.
It does. It goes crazy in here, does it not? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's been every time they've brought stuff up here in this press box that I've been here. The last minute and a half, I swear, it's the longest in the world.
But you know what, though? Shout out to Bell's Meat and Poultry. They are a phenomenal group over there, and you know what? They treat everybody in this town well and surrounding towns well. And
it's funny, everywhere we go, that's the first question when we hit the press box. What'd you bring? Well, first down, Kane at the 18-yard line. Novacell will go from the shotgun, and they hand it off. Evan Anderson, he dodges left now. Upfield, he's got room, first down, and he's out over the 40 to the 45-yard line. And that was a big run there.
Momentum. That's a good momentum. Again, Kane hasn't had a problem tonight moving the ball against Keystone. It's been the Keystone big plays that have hampered Kane.
And I believe, was it Kane that took the timeout there?
I believe so.
I believe so.
So that'll be their
last one because that was not out of bounds. He was not out of bounds is what that was going to be.
And you know, when you see Evan Anderson take off an open field like he just did, you think he's got a chance. But number one for Keystone was standing right there waiting for him.
Oh, boy.
And probably two of the best athletes on the field right there. And
oh, look at this guy.
Yeah. Friend. We got a friend.
We got a friend.
He wants our dinner.
Yeah, it's what it is. So, timeout over with. Kane back out, ready to roll. .45-yard line, first down, 22 seconds to go. There's a little flip out here. That is to Anderson, and Evan will scoot out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Smart play, got out of bounds. 15 seconds, 15.6 seconds left.
Kane out of timeouts. So they've got to work the sideline or real quick get up to the line of scrimmage here. If they use the middle of the field, I think they have time for two plays, Mike.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But you got to hustle. You got to be, and then you got to realize, too, because, again, we discussed none of these teams huddle. They're calling the plays in from the sideline. If it's in the middle of the field, that play's got to be quick.
Shotgun, here's Novacell back. Now under pressure, gets away from it and throws out here incomplete. He was trying to get it to Hollebeek. And it'll be third down.
Yeah, and Novacell had a little pressure on that play. And care to take a guess who was pressuring him?
I'm going to say 75.
I think you're right.
8.7 left in this first half. Shotgun Novacell back to throw. Flips out here. He's got a man. It's caught. That's Schaefer. Schaefer trying to dance around, and he gets down at about the 47, and that is going to end the first half. And it has been a good one for the Keystone Panthers. It has been all Panthers here in this first half. And we have reached halftime here in Kane. And it is Keystone 28, Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound is brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance. The halftime show coming up.
When it comes to protecting your home, your car, your family, or your business, why trust someone miles away when the best is right here in Elk County? St. Mary's Insurance Agency, along with Borst Insurance in Ridgeway and the Smith-Keats Agency in Johnsonburg, have been named Elk County's best insurance agency 5 years running. We're not just in the community, we're proud to be part of it. Stop by one of our offices, give us a call, or visit us online at stmariesagency.com.
Lindbergh Furniture, that's the star.
Where you'll find bargains galore.
Bob and Bonnie will save you cash.
And deliver your furniture in a flash.
Lindbergh. Lindbergh Furniture wants to congratulate the teams playing in tonight's game. Congratulations on all you've achieved this year. They're proud of you and your success. You're a fine example of our area youth.
Heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling. Epic. Every time we show up for you. Epic. Making your day feel epic, like a superhero. Epic. Heating and cooling experts, tried, trusted, and true. Epic. Every install feels epic, and when the time comes, you'll know. You know you've got our trusted team for the golden heat. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling.
Hey, yo, listen up, fam. The Sons of Little Italy in Elk County is serving the most authentic pizza and heroes around. It's like it's straight from Italy and New York right to your plate. Are you craving that mafia-grade taste? Well, this is the place for you. So get this, they've got differing hours each day. If you want to find out when they're open, do me a favor. Get onto their Facebook page, like them, and then take a peek. Now, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays because, hey, even gangsters need a little breather from what I hear. So get your hands on the Take and Bake DiCerbo and Enzo pies. They're fresh bread, heroes, and more. You can order now. Go online at thesonsoflittleitaly.com. That's thesonsoflittleitaly.com. Call them up, 814-773-3199. Now listen, don't wait, Capos. This ain't no chain joint. It's the real deal. Storm in and taste the legacy today. The Sons of Little Italy, 25 Luray Drive in Ridgeway. Need a loan? Go to Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. I'll bet you've heard that a few hundred times, but have you actually investigated it? They have a loan for your life. Whether it's an auto loan for a new or used vehicle, a loan for your college student, a home loan, a loan to get a boat, RV, ATV, or snowmobile, or a loan to take that long overdue vacation you need. I think you get the idea. They give out a lot of loans. Not only that, but the rates on those loans are even sweeter. Do you live, work, worship, or attend school in Elk, Cameron, McKean, or Warren County? If so, then you qualify for membership at Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. See how simple it can be. Visit one of their 7 locations in the area or log on to mlfcu.net. Best of luck to all the athletes competing today from Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union, where it certainly is good to be a member.
Do you suffer from uncomfortable varicose veins? Are your legs restless, swollen, or sore? Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway, along with experienced vascular surgeon and St. Mary's native, Dr. Philip Georgievich, will be offering a free vein screening on Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop struggling with sore and swollen varicose veins. We will see you Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 at Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway. No appointment necessary.
When you want a hometown feel with plenty of options, you choose Spitzer Outer World St. Mary's, where the service is fun, fast, easy, and now backed by the Spitzer Shield. When you choose us, you choose a variety of brand new vehicles across 3 separate lots. When you choose us, you choose to know everything we've done to make our pre-owned vehicles second to none. A rigorous inspection process performed by factory-trained technicians and professional detail inside and out. Visit us along the $1 Million Highway today for all of your Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford needs. Spitzer Outer World St. Mary's, our world revolves around
Top of the line builders, the area's leader in quality roofing projects, now add seamless gutter installation to our services. At Top of the line builders, our staff is trained to offer professional installation. For more information and a no obligation quote on seamless gutters, call Nick Cherry at 814-965-5785. We offer free estimates and are fully insured. Top of the line builders. Get your project done right the first time.
Wouldn't it be great if you could have your insurances for auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement in just one agency? That's what Pacelli Insurance is for. They can help protect what is important for you and your family's future. Visit Pacelli Insurance in St. Mary's or call them at 814-781-3888. Pacelli Insurance, your preferred local independent insurance agency. Pacelli Insurance, where we protect your world.
Have you been looking for a career in the powdered metal industry? Medco Industries is now hiring. Medco Industries on Brussels Street in St. Mary's is a locally owned company offering long-term steady careers or part-time work with advancement opportunities and great benefits. Operations are regular 8-hour shifts with most weekends off. Medco's machining facility, Pro Process LLC, offers CNC operator and setup positions in a climate-controlled facility. Apply online at medcopm.com. Medco Industries, locally owned and operated in St. Mary's for over 40 years.
When is the last time you really felt like your body was functioning properly? If you can't remember, then it's time for you to call Rowley Family Chiropractic of St. Mary's. They've been serving the community for 25 years. Their mission is to improve your overall quality of life by allowing your nervous system to work at its fullest potential. Want to know more? Log on RowleyFamilyChiropractic.com or call 814-834-1045. Rowley Family Chiropractic, improving health one spine at a time.
Welcome back to the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box here at Paul R. Miller Stadium in Kane. At the half of this District 9 Class A quarterfinal, it is the Keystone Panthers up 28-0 over the Kane Wolves. You're listening to high school football on WDDH St. Mary's, 97.5 The Hound. As we celebrate halftime here is the only way we know how, with Bell's Meat and Poultry on Fraley Street in Kane. No, there's still a lot in there, bud. Help yourself. Oh, no. Go ahead. Yeah, no, that's it. Yeah, I think there's more in there.
Where's your bowl?
Oh, yeah. No, get some more. Get some more of that. Yeah, Bud Brennan from the District 9 committee is here as the game manager tonight. And when he came into the press box, they said, I got something special for you. Bell's Meat and Poultry, Fraley Street in Kane. And I was thinking this week, Mike, when I looked at here, fill me up,
Yep,
too.
I got you.
Pour me some in there.
I can do this.
More, that's great.
Good?
Yep, right there. Is there what
Probably
do you got
enough
left?
for one more
Yep.
bowl.
Oh, come on.
All
Well,
right.
leave it for somebody else.
Okay.
Somebody else might
That
want some.
sounds good.
Earlier this week, I got to thinking, this it's looking like it's going to be one of those nights. And it is. And I thought, what would be good from Bell's on a night like this? Well, James Anderson has won some chili cook-offs in his time that he's been doing this food industry thing that he does so well at Bell's. And I said, James, can you make me up some chili? And oh my, Mr. Brennan is here in heaven right now, aren't you? I know, it's unbelievable. And up and down the line here, we have, we have everybody who's come and gotten themselves a couple ladles full. Boy, James hit a home run That man is so good at making chili.
Shout out to James. That dude can follow me anywhere. Let me tell you what.
Now,
that is some good chili.
Here's the thing. I like my chili not too thick, not too thin.
Yeah.
And he used the meat in here is their Bigfoot burger that they have, the Bigfoot burger meat that they season. And by the way, if you've never had one of those by itself, you really need to try it.
So I have not, and I asked you about it
Yeah.
because I may be sending a kid of mine to Kane tomorrow to pick up some Bigfoot burger because that is amazing burger. It's great flavor.
They season it, and they make regular hamburgers. They make Bigfoot burgers like this that they use, and it's good for a chili base. And then they have jalapeno cheddar burgers that they make as well. And they're right in the freezer there, the first freezer that you look at. And he said, that meat makes great chili. And I haven't stopped thinking about it since. And I had to have it.
He was not wrong.
I had to have it tonight, and he made it up. When I messaged him earlier this week, he said, I had a hunch you were going to do that. And he said, he had made a pot earlier in the week, and now he made the other one. So
he's
Yo, you're welcome, bud. Anytime. Yep. But
see you, sir.
And that's just some of Mike. You've been in there before.
Oh, yeah.
They have so much stuff. Like if you're a big soup, I'm a hearty soup guy.
Yeah.
Chili, big vegetable beef soup stock. They have some meat there. And, they have like a stew meat that you can put in that. It's soup season. Yeah. Plus they have bones that you can start soup from. The stock. Yeah, you can make your own stock from that. And it's just one of the things that they have there. And, we're getting into the season of getting together. Thanksgiving is just a few weeks away already. And there's a lot of people that put a griller on their Thanksgiving table.
They do.
And they're so good.
Can't forget about the other season. We're getting right into the heart of Pennsylvania hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
And, Bell's was always my go-to for all my seasonings, making my bolognas and my jerkies and my sausages and stuff like that. So
help yourself.
I guess when I hear Bell's, I just think all around good people.
Oh, just great people. And Jack is, he's been, every time I see him when I go in there, he's like, you're not going to believe who came or what, this person came from here and here.
Yeah.
So I'm only glad to help with that, man. But seriously, and you talked about hunting. You know what it's like, Mike, when you're sitting in the blind and you all of a sudden you're like, man, I wish I had something to nibble on. Well, you can pull out a beef stick.
Absolutely.
And you holler in one of those beef sticks. Or, you get some of their dip, their Cajun crab dip, their red bell pepper dip, my two favorite.
That's the staple at our hunting camp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It absolutely is. And then you turned me on a few years ago, because it's been a few years since you and I have done a game together, to the Hillbilly Bacon. And it was...
There's a bet right over there, that bag.
Hillbilly Bacon is now a staple at our place as well.
Isn't that stuff amazing?
It's amazing.
You can do so much with that. Sandwiches,
and
fry it up in the morning, put it in an omelet. It's great. It's amazing, too. You look at their different varieties. Speaking of breakfast sausage, really good sausage.
Yeah.
So.
But even their cans, their pickles.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And salsas. And
yeah, and we had, Rick and I had their spicy mustard earlier this year.
Oh.
So and it's just enough sweet and just enough heat to make it perfect. You put that on a hot dog and you're good to go.
Now you're going to make me go there and try that.
Yeah. Good. I've done my job. I should get an attaboy from Jack Bell for that.
That you should.
Yeah, we're at the half here in Kane. It's 28-0. The Keystone Panthers lead it. And it has been the Dom Corsetti show here in this first half, as he has run for 2 big touchdowns, and he has had himself a pretty good go of it. At the half, he's 9 carries for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. And, oh, by the way, 5 of 7 for 51 yards through the air and a touchdown. The big plays, that's what it's been for the Panthers here.
It absolutely has. And if you're Keystone, you started this game exactly how you wanted to start this game.
Yep.
On the flip side, if you're Kane, this has not gone. Now, I've said it before tonight, and I'll say it again. Kane has moved the ball on Keystone.
Mm-hmm.
They have been able to get inside the 30. They've been inside the 10. then, Keystone's defense in the first drive inside the 30 was able to snuff Kane's drive out, and Kane unfortunately missed their field goal. The second drive, Kane was 1st and goal at the 7, and just a mistake. But that mistake turned into a big play. It turned into a scoop and score for Keystone, and to me, the one that hurts the most out of all this is the one with 30 seconds left to go, and Corsetti, the athlete that he is, taking the ball in an open backfield and taking it in for the score.
He is something else, man, to watch.
As a football fan, he is great to watch. He is very fun to watch, and again, I'm going to remind people that are listening, he's only a junior.
That's the crazy thing. He's going to be back next year.
Absolutely.
And Eli Nellis will be healthy next fall. He's back. So, you know what? Guess what? You got a whole lot to deal with.
I'm guessing there'll probably be a Keystone playoff game being broadcast next year.
I would think so.
But again, flip that table, and I see an awful lot of freshmen on Kane's roster. And not to take away, but Novacell is a junior. And, McCormick is a junior. Preston Dar's a junior, who we haven't heard much of tonight.
No, it's been Hollebeek and Will Silfies have been the two feature guys. Of course, Evan Anderson, they've tried to get, those three involved. Kane Jamerson, and Kane at the half, it's not awful. Their stats, Eric Novacell has 56 yards on 10 carries. Evan Anderson has got 14 rushes for 49 yards. Through the air, Novacell 4 of 7, 29 yards with the one interception. And unfortunately for Kane, that one interception got brought back to the house. And that was one of the big plays in that first half that has helped build that 28-0 lead here at the break. Elsewhere tonight, we'll let you know on our sister station, B94, down in New Bethlehem, Red Bank Valley is up on Ridgeway 24/7. You can watch that game on our YouTube channel as well. And then the third quarterfinal tonight, Union AC Valley is up 28-12 over Cameron County in the second quarter. So that a bit more of a game as far as the other two go, but still a lot of football left to be played. And, well, if Keystone can put up 28.5, Kane could put up 28 in the second half. You just don't know.
Right, and that's the great thing about high school football is you don't know. Not until you play the full 4 quarters of this football game.
One thing I do know is this chili. I'm wearing it, of course. Never fails. Just a little splatter of the spoon there. I don't care. So what? I'm enjoying it.
Is it weird that our camera girl's watching us shove our face full of chili?
Not at all.
Just asking.
No. You don't mind Casey, do you? Okay. That's great. It is, it's pretty good. Oh, my gosh. Do yourself a favor. Get the bells, get some of that meat. Make yourself some chili. You will be very, very happy that you did.
You will not be disappointed.
Halftime show brought to you by Bell's Meat and Poultry on Fraley Street in Kane. Open 7 days a week to serve you. And they will do that. Absolutely. Stop in and see them. We'll take a break. Second half kickoff coming up here on The Hound. Brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance Agency.
Zook Motors in Kane is a proud supporter of the area's high school sports teams. They know what it means to be part of a community. Family owned and operated, they've been serving the area for almost 100 years. That's why you can trust Zooks to find you the right vehicle for your needs and price range. Best of luck to the players and coaches in today's matchup from everyone on the team at Zook Motors, your area Ford dealer just west of Kane on Route 6.
With 2 locations on Baker Alley in Ridgeway and Route 219 in Johnsonburg, Elk County Foods' friendly staff is ready to serve you. They offer daily and weekly specials, including their 5 for $24.99 in the meat department. Check out their large hot and cold deli, the freshest of fresh produce, and their own homemade beef sticks and smoked cheese. Having a get-together? Let Elk County Foods do the work for you. Elk County Foods of Ridgeway and Johnsonburg, hometown proud. Check us out on Facebook or visit us online.
For nearly 40 years, one name in the area stands out when it comes to plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and more.
Hi, This is Shirley from Newell's Plumbing and Heating and Air Conditioning. We have been providing plumbing and HVAC services in St. Mary's since 1984. Our customers are our #1 priority, and we are quick to answer or return calls, especially in emergency situations. From initial estimates through the project completion, we will work with you to ensure you're 100% satisfied. Our team of technicians has a combined 88 years of experience, so we have knowledge on our side for any job. We are professional, fair, family-friendly, and work with you to understand your needs and goals. From residential to light commercial, we can ensure your plumbing and HVAC systems are running at peak performance.
For all your plumbing and heating needs, put your trust in us. Newell's Plumbing and Heating's Trout Run Road, St. Mary's.
Welcome back to the Paul R. Miller Stadium and the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box. J.J. Michaels, Mike Barr, second half set to kick off here as the Kane Wolves, down 28-0, will get the ball here to start the second half. And kicking it off for Keystone is, I believe, Bryce Mount. Yes, and it'll be a short kick. Jamerson fields it, and then it goes backwards to the 20-yard line. And a fumble on the return, and Keystone has it. Oh, my. Landon Money. My.
Well, when it's your day, it's your day. And when it's not, it's not.
It is. Wow.
You know, Kane had a little bit of trouble picking it up, and he got it picked up, and there was a Keystone player right there just to punch it right back out.
So first down, Keystone. And already in scoring position here is Keystone. Throw downfield, it's caught, and that is Reed down to the 11-yard line, Landon Reed. And it'll be a first down.
And that's the dynamic that I see Keystone brings with the diversity of their quarterback and how he can run. It just opens up a passing game.
Yep. Corsetti from the shotgun at the 11-yard line. They give it straight ahead, and he goes in. Touchdown, Keystone. Corsetti strikes again.
He is fast.
He is something else, man. That kid is simply amazing.
He went right up the middle.
He sure did. And
untouched.
There wasn't much that Kane could do.
No.
And now with this extra point, if this goes through, it is a mercy rule game. And a penalty flag flies in the defensive backfield. We're going to, delay a game?
No,
Oh, he folded his hands.
Too many guys on the defense.
Oh, okay. So that's Isaiah Smith trotting off the field.
Slogenhoff will attempt the extra point.
But now they're running somebody on the field, so I'm not quite sure what the flag was for.
I don't know. Oh, they're waving it off. Okay.
Flags waved off.
Whatever that was, don't know.
Yeah. Disregard that there was a flag.
So now Slogenhoff for the extra point. And the hold and the kick are both good. And now Keystone 35, Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound is brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Stop by Ridgeway Fox's Pizza Den and enjoy some delicious food. The menu is filled with all your favorites, including their famous pizza, hoagies, wedgies, salads, pasta dishes, fish dinners, and more. Plus new menu items for you to try. So when you're hungry, look no further than Fox's Pizza Den at 144 North Broad Street in Ridgeway. Give them a call at 814-776-2189. Ridgeway Fox's Pizza. Family owned and operated since 1987. Best of luck to all the athletes and teams.
Hello, this is Michelle from Christ Family Funeral Homes. Together with my husband Roy, we own and operate Lynch Green Funeral Home in St. Mary's, Christ Funeral Homes in Ridgeway and Kersey. As the largest provider of burial and cremation services in Elk County, families often turn to us in their time of need to help them create beautiful life celebrations, offer a comforting hand, and care for your family as if they're our own.
For more information, visit ChristFamilyFuneralHomes.com. That's ChristFamilyFuneralHomes.com.
And the ensuing kickoff now from the Panthers down to the 12-yard line, and on the return for Kane, it is Novosel back over the 25, out to the 30, and he gets slammed to the ground. Nice tackle there by Kaiden Carnahan. And it'll be first down for Kane at the 32. And the clock will run, Mike. The mercy rule will go into effect. Oh, might want to turn your mic up. Sorry about that.
There you go. That's all right. That it does, and you know, the fortunate part for Kane is even if you score, it's still going to run.
Here's Novosel back, fires over the middle, got a man. Oh, that's Hollabeek, and Dom Corsetti reminds him, hey, here I am.
I'm here.
Up to the 41-yard line, gain of 9. 35-0 Keystone.
And at this point, that's what you need to do if you're Kane. We know you move the ball running, but it is 35-0 in the third quarter, so you got to try to do some sort of a pass attack.
The handoff. Oh, my! Why not? Another play by Everett Fulton. That kid has had one heck of a night.
Yeah, he absolutely has.
As Anderson barely got that handoff, and, well, backwards he goes.
You know, we don't have the heights and weights of these kids, but he is well built. I'm going to put it that way, and he moves well for his size. But I've noticed the flags are barely moving at this point.
Yeah, the wind has died down a lot. Here's Novosel, and Novosel is sacked back at the 37, and he's slow to get up. That's kind of how it's gone for Kane tonight.
That is, yeah. And again, he was a little slow getting up, and just watching him down there, he's a little slow moving.
Now 5 in the receiving, 5 receivers in the formation here for Kane. Novosel, man goes in motion at the 37, and he's back to throw on fourth down. Now out of the pocket, has to step back up. He's running for his life, and he is, another broken tackle, but he's going to be hit and dropped well short of the first down. As Andrew Hoffman, the senior. And now we've got a flag, and things are getting kind of chippy down there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you give Novosel a lot of credit. He did a lot of running to get just a couple yards, but, you know, that's his heart. You know what I mean? He was playing to get the first down. Well, they're going to call on sportsmanlike on Kane on that one.
Well, the 38-yard line.
Now the Kane coach is wanting a little bit of an explanation on that.
Yep.
You know, again, kids are playing hard. Emotions are going to start coming out.
So first down at the 23.
Yeah, the official down there talking to them boys. I think he's probably just letting them know, hey, fellas, let's keep it clean for the rest of the rest of the game. There's no need to get chippy.
And it's a handoff to Henry. Nobody home. Touchdown.
Did you see his lead blocker?
It was just unbelievable.
Everett Fulton, number 75 from Keystone, was 20 yards down the field as a lead blocker for that young fella. Man, you just like the heart that Fulton gives for them. He's playing lights out football for Keystone.
Number 15, Seth Slogenhoff, will attempt the extra point for the Panthers.
So the extra point attempt coming up for Seth Slogenhoff here. Another Spitzer scoring play brought to you by the Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's. And this extra point is good. Keystone 42, Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound is brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
You wouldn't go to a veterinarian for heart surgery. So why would you go to any body shop to have your vehicle needs repaired? Go to the Certified Collision Center, Cataldo Collision. We are certified in most makes and models. With some of our certifications, we are the only shop within 50 miles. So when in need of collision repairs, get qualified, certified collision repairs at Cataldo's Collision on Division Street in DuBois, the building with the big red roof. 814-372-8600. And remember, we do magic.
Are you hungry? Bell's Meat and Poultry can fill you up with 40 mouth-watering flavors of sausage, from Greek to blueberry maple. How about a chicken breast, Virginia ham, Swiss cheese, Greek sausage, bacon-wrapped ball of deliciousness that is their world-famous griller? Don't forget they have fresh cuts of meat, and you can't have meat without cheese, and Bell's has the best smoked cheese around. Don't believe me? Just ask any of the people from State College to Buffalo that have come to Kane to visit the biggest little store around. 814-837-7321.
42-0. The Keystone Panthers well in control here in this one. And the kickoff will come down at the 11-yard line. That is Novosel on the return over the 20 now, and he will be dropped at about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, JJ, I mean, again, for Kane, this is not the night you envisioned. This is not the night you drew it up, but you got to keep playing. You got to give 100% and finish out the game strong. Now, if you're Keystone, what do you do?
Well,
I mean, you're staring down the barrel of Port Allegheny next week, barring a miraculous comeback. By far, not saying this game's over, but
it's about 99.3% there right now, because this is with the running clock. It would be almost near impossible. Here's a pass, Dar. And he's got it up over the 35 to the 38-yard line.
And that's the first time we've called his name
tonight. Yes, sir. He's had a pretty good season. Gain of 13 and a first down. Keystone now 182 yards rushing on the night. 233 total yards in the game.
That's a solid game.
Yeah, and here's the more amazing thing, Mike, and we talked about this with Keystone and their big plays. Kane has almost a 10-minute advantage in time of possession. There's a fumble. Now that should be an incomplete pass. That was a tip forward. But, yeah.
Yeah, he's
calling it. Incomplete pass. I'm not as dumb as I look.
Look at you. The eyes is what amazed me, that you saw that tip forward.
My mom always said I had the nicest blue eyes she's ever seen. She might be biased, though.
I knew your mom, and what a fantastic lady.
Well, thank you. I miss her dearly, that is for sure. 6:45 to go, third quarter. 42-0 Keystone in front. Shotgun for Novosel, and he's going to run it himself, right side. Oh, Tom Corsetti. He single-handedly brought him down, literally. Grabbed him from behind, and down he goes, back at the 34. That kid is just amazing.
Yeah, JJ, but take a look. He's limping.
Yeah.
And this is where I say, 42-0, at what point do you, and again, coach's mind, you never want to look ahead. You got to play in the here and now. But when you have an athlete like Corsetti and you're potentially facing Port Allegheny next week,
you need him.
You need him.
Oh, it's 3rd down and 13 now for Kane. And back to throw is Novacell. Escapes some pressure, now flips it out here. He's got a man, that is Silfies. And Will fumbles the ball, and Keystone has it. Somebody punched that out, I think.
Yeah. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Will Silfies. He was fighting for yards. He's a freshman. He's out there scratching and clawing for his team. And again,
you can't fault him for that. I mean,
absolutely
that kid,
not. You know, the effort that I saw there, that kid's going to have a bright future. However, just in the flow of the game tonight,
yep,
that's the way it's happened for Kane.
Yeah, yep. 5:41 to go, and they wind the clock. 3rd quarter, Keystone 42, Kane nothing. There is a handoff inside. Henry, not much doing there. It's maybe a yard. No, give him no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And again, the kids are still playing hard, and you know, it's not easy coaching when you're down 42-0. It's not easy to keep the kids' heads in it and keep going, but it's a game of football. And you know what? I'll let the cat out of the bag. Kane's going to be okay next year. Kane's going to be just fine.
They're going to be all right.
So,
3rd quarter now, Red Bank Valley's up 30-13 over Ridgeway. Here's a reverse play, and that's Carnahan. Kyden's got a 1st down, and he's inside the 25-yard line. Boy, Keystone sets up those plays so good.
Yeah.
And that was the misdirection. That misdirection does so much for them.
And it's an inside misdirection.
Yeah.
So, you know, as a linebacker, it's hard to see because they're lost in that shuffle. But, again, I cannot fault the Kane linebackers for keeping an eye on number 1.
Yep.
Like you can't fault them for that.
And there's a run off the left side. That is Money. He gets down to about the 20-yard line.
Brought down by number 87, Preston Dar. Going to bring up 2nd downs for Keystone.
3:45 to go 3rd quarter. 42-0 Keystone leading. Shotgun and another misdirection, and here comes the other way again to Carnahan, and this time Kane gets there. He'll get a few yards down to about the 17.
Yeah, Kane did really well at defending that one. There was 3 or 4 guys right there, and you like to see that. You know, they're still making adjustments and playing the game the way it should be played.
Moni next to Corsetti. And a play fake. Dom will keep it, and he goes straight ahead. Out of the 13-yard line. That'll be a 1st down.
Picks up 1st down yardage. Brought down by number 9, Kane Jamerson.
You know, Corchetti's not one of these kids you're going to bring down with an arm.
No.
You know.
Nope.
And I think it's been a very long time since I've seen an athlete like Corchetti. He's at 100 miles an hour when he hits the line of scrimmage. He's running full tilt.
And his first step, he's there, man. And here's Rankin now around the end. Rankin's got the corner, and he's got the end zone. Touchdown. Another Spitzer scoring play for the Keystone Panthers, brought to you by the Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's.
And again, you know, Keystone sharing the wealth there a little bit. You know, James Rankin, a sophomore, but he took it on that on that sweep or end around or whatever you want to call it. But that's what Keystone's good. They're good at, because then they come back and hit you with that inside counter, and there they go out the backside.
Extra point attempt on the way, and it is good by Bryce Mounts, and it's now Keystone 49, Kane nothing. High school football on the Hound brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Johnson's Tire Service on Route 6 in Clarendon has been your Goodyear tire dealer for over 40 years. If you're in the market for a new set of truck tires, Johnson's Tire Service is your area dealer for Goodyear, Michelin, and other brands. They offer alignment service for trucks, motorhomes, and trailers. Call 814-723-3950 or find them online at johnsonstire.com. Johnson's Tire Service thanks their customers for their positive reviews, earning a top-rated service center distinction by Carfax. You've heard it said before that financial security doesn't come easy. You have to plan for it, work for it, and manage your money wisely. In today's financial world, it sure helps to have a bank that helps with that process. At Hamlin Bank, they are the bank that takes care of its customers. Visit one of their locations in Smethport, Kane, Mount Jewett, Eldred, Bradford, Olean, New York, St. Mary's, and their newest branch in Sheffield. See them online at hamlinbank.com. Member FDIC.
2 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Kickoff down to the 10-yard line. And back on the return now. Here comes the freshman Landon Chapman. And Chapman will be spun down at about the 32-yard line.
Yeah, that was a good return by him. He was running full tilt on that one, giving Novosel a little bit of a breather there on that play.
Well, Wolves now just trying to play out the string as Keystone well in control of this one. 1:58 to go, third quarter. It's 49-0. And for some of these seniors, the reality of it is going to start to set in. Here's Novosel outside. They got Dar, and Preston's got a first down up over the 45 to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with you, JJ. Here, give it about 1:37. We get into that fourth quarter, and some of these Kane seniors, you got to tip the hat to them because they've played their hearts out this year, and regardless of the outcome, it's nothing to hang your hat over. You're in playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Novosel to throw. Going to flip this down here, and he's got a man, but it's over the head of Talon Schaefer, out of bounds, incomplete. And it'll be second down and 10. Minute to go here in this third quarter. You know what's interesting, and I just thought about this, Mike, is, with Keystone likely moving on in this one, and Port Allegheny, this might be an ideal spot to have that game next week.
Again, the views, the field.
Yeah.
This complex is very playoff-worthy complex, and kudos to the Kane school board and their buildings and grounds guy. Actually, he's a Sheffield native.
Novosel, incomplete. Yes, he is, and you happened to coach with him, didn't you?
I did.
Todd Fitch.
I did. So
pass down the sideline, as we said, incomplete, and that may be the final play of the quarter here. Let's see. They're going to set it down, and there's under 10 seconds to go. It'll be third down and 10.
You let this go.
They're not going to. Yep, they're not going to get it off. We've reached the end of 3. It's all Keystone, 49-0. High school football on the Hound, brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
If you're planning on having masonry work done this year, call the pros at Steger Masonry in Ridgeway at 772-7083. Their years of experience will make sure the job's done right. Call Steger Masonry at 772-7083, 772-7083, Steger Masonry in Ridgeway. Schedule your masonry work with the pros. Remember, masonry is no hobby.
Here in Elk County, family means everything. At St. Mary's Insurance and Affiliates, we treat our clients like part of our family. That's why St. Mary's Insurance, Borst Insurance in Ridgeway, and the Smith Keats Agency in Johnsonburg have been trusted by generations to protect homes, cars, businesses, and families. From our family to yours, we're here to protect what matters most. Stop by one of our offices, give us a call, or visit us online at stmariesagency.com.
Lindbergh Furniture, that's the star.
Where you'll find bargains galore.
Bob and Bunny will save you cash.
And deliver your furniture in a flash.
Lindbergh. Lindbergh Furniture wants to congratulate the teams playing in tonight's game. Congratulations on all you've achieved this year. They're proud of you and your success. You're a fine example of our area youth.
Back here at the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium as we start the fourth quarter. J.J. Michaels and Mike Barr. 49-0, the Keystone Panthers well in front. As the Wolves now face a 3rd and 10. Ball at their own 46-yard line here. And a man in motion, that's Silfies. And a little touch pass out in front, and that is to Hollebeek, and Hollebeek gets blown up at the 44.
Yeah, Money, number 22 for Keystone, read that really well. Didn't give up his ground and made a solid open field tackle. Of note, though, we do some fresh jerseys out there for the Keystone Panthers.
Here's a swing out in the flat. That's Anderson, and Anderson hit, dropped right at the 45 for a loss, and another turnover on downs.
Yeah, he had one guy to beat, and he just wasn't unable to shake him. If he could have, boy, he had a lot of green grass in front of him, but unable to shake him at that time.
So Keystone will take over. Kane takes a timeout. We will as well. High school football on the Hound is brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling. Epic. Every time we show up for you. Epic. Making your day feel epic, like a superhero. Epic. Heating and cooling experts, tried, trusted, and true. Epic. Every install feels epic, and when the time comes, you'll know. You know you've got our trusted team for the golden heat. Epic heating and cooling, all day or night when you need. Epic heating and cooling done right, guaranteed. Epic heating and cooling.
All right, back here at the Paul R. Miller Stadium and the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box. We apologize. We thought they called timeout, but they quickly got back on the field, and now we had the run there by Carnahan, and then penalty on the end of that play by Kane, and, well, things are getting kind of chippy and out of control, and now they're down at the 21-yard line. Here's Rankin on an end around, and Rankin's going to be driven down at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, and again, if you're Keystone, this is all you need to do the rest of the game. Just hand the ball off, let the yards get what they get, and, take an enjoyable bus ride back down to Keystone.
Second down and 7, down to 9:15 left to go in the game. Corsetti still in there for Keystone. No, and now they hand it off back the other way on a reverse. That's Moni. Moni will get down to the 15.
Met by a pack of Wolves. Led by number 62, Aiden Eckert.
Well, for the Panthers now, you start to think about Aiden Bliss.
Yes. Yeah.
And Vayu and all of the Port Allegheny Gators that will be in front of you in probably 7 days, depending on when they elect to play the semifinals and who's all involved in it.
I'd be willing to go out on a limb and say it's not going to be this type of ball game.
Yeah, that's for sure. Here's a handoff around the right side, and Carnahan is swung down inside the 10, down at about the 9-yard line.
And like you said, if that does end up, and again, we're probably at 99.8% that this game's going to end the way it is, this could be a fantastic location for that game.
It likely indeed could.
I do believe, I heard the D9 representatives say they meet Sunday night at 7 o'clock to determine next week's locations.
There's Corsetti in for another touchdown.
That's going to come back, though, JJ.
Yep,
there's a flag on the field. Illegal shift.
So a 5-yard penalty. Back to the 14-yard line. So that'll mark it off. 7:31 to go. 49-0 Keystone. They're going to get to the Steelers eventually, and I don't want to hear that.
We're just going to stay quiet down here.
You're just going to shut up.
Yeah, we'll stay quiet down here.
And now what do we have here? It looks like we're going to have a timeout going to be called here. So we'll take one as well. High school football in the Hound brought to you by St. Mary's.
Hey, yo, listen up, fam. The Sons of Little Italy in Elk County is serving the most authentic pizza and heroes around. It's like it's straight from Italy and New York right to your plate. Are you craving that mafia-grade taste? Well, this is the place for you. So get this, they've got differing hours each day. If you want to find out when they're open, do me a favor. Get onto their Facebook page, like them, and then take a peek. Now, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays because, hey, even gangsters need a little breather from what I hear. So get your hands on the Take and Bake DiCerbo and Enzo pies. They're fresh bread, heroes, and more. You can order now. Go online at thesonsoflittleitaly.com. That's thesonsoflittleitaly.com. Call them up, 814-773-3199. Now listen, don't wait, Capos. This ain't no chain joint. It's the real deal. Storm in and taste the legacy today. The Sons of Little Italy, 25 Luray Drive in Ridgeway.
Back here in Kane, as the Panthers now face a 1st and goal at the 14-yard line, leading at 49-0. Corsetti from the shotgun, going to hand it to Rankin, trying to get around the end, turns the corner, Rankin inside the 5, spins to the end zone, touchdown, Keystone, no flags on the play.
Yeah, you know, JJ on that one, Will Silfies, he did everything he needed to do. He strung that play out to the very last possible second, and he just ran out of room.
Another Spitzer scoring play brought to you by the Spitzer Auto World on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's. Their world revolves around you. Now, extra point attempt coming up here for Bryce Mount. left-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold. The kick on the way, and it is good. And it's now Keystone 56, Kane nothing. High school football brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Need a loan? Go to Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. I'll bet you've heard that a few hundred times, but have you actually investigated it? They have a loan for your life. Whether it's an auto loan for a new or used vehicle, a loan for your college student, a home loan, a loan to get a boat, RV, ATV, or a snowmobile, or a loan to take that long overdue vacation you need. I think you get the idea. They give out a lot of loans. Not only that, but the rates on those loans are even sweeter. Do you live, work, worship, or attend school in Elk, Cameron, McKean, or Warren County? If so, then you qualify for membership at Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union. See how simple it can be. Visit one of their 7 locations in the area or log on to mlfcu.net. Best of luck to all the athletes competing today from Mountain Laurel Federal Credit Union, where it certainly is good to be a member.
Ensuing kickoff comes down, and on the return, it'll be Landon Chapman. Chapman up over the 35, and a flag comes flying in late there. And it'll be a hold on Kane. And that will come back. Now we've got an injury timeout on the field here. We'll come out and tend to the player, and that'll be a hold as they set on the Wolves, and that'll go back to the 27-yard line.
And again, for Kane, you don't want to see this. For anybody, you don't want to see this. 6:47 left to go in the game, and an injury in a game that is not a close one. We'll put it that way.
Well, and I'll be honest, I didn't expect this tonight. I really didn't.
No.
Like I thought this would be, a much better game.
When you reached out to me on Monday and asked if I'd be interested, I started doing my research because you just don't want to be not educated and reading up on these guys because. I was a District 9 coach last year, but unfortunately with the closure of Sheffield, my path has now shifted to more District 10 where my daughter's cheering, and so I'm not following the District 9 that close. So going back and researching all that, I did not expect this to be this way tonight. I thought we were going to see a whale of a ball game tonight, and but it's also, as I said many times tonight, it's high school football, and you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't know, and the thing about it is, and we knew that Keystone had this capability. It goes without saying, Mr. Corsetti's reputation precedes himself everywhere around in this district. But I figured, what we've seen tonight is the same thing we saw earlier this year. Big plays. Mistakes by Kane, and it just mounts up, and that you can't make mistakes like that in a game like this.
No, and again, Keystone's capitalized on Kane's mistakes at the right moments.
Yep.
And I don't believe Keystone has mishandled the ball.
There's a handoff, Anderson to the right side. Evans got some running room, first down and more over the 40 and out over the 45-yard line.
And again, it's good to see these kids are still playing.
Oh, yeah. You don't ever give up.
No, and it could have been very easy. Kane could have hung their heads. I don't see any, mopiness, head hanging, no arguing amongst themselves. They're still playing the game.
Man trips in motion here, and they swing it out to him. It's Hollabeek. It's across midfield and to the 45-yard line. He'll have another first down. That'll be a first down to the Keystone 44. Penalty flag down, apparently.
They may be calling a horse collar on that.
Yeah. It will be. Yep.
Yeah, and 5 minutes left. What is that? 5:53 left.
Yep.
In the game, for Coach Bodemer and the Kane Wolves, the future does look bright. And again, the loss of an Evan Anderson and some of these seniors, yeah, it's going to hurt. But the future is bright in Kane for Kane Wolves football, for sure.
Well, and you've got some big kids back next year, and, got kids like Will Silfies, as a freshman, contributed. Landon Chapman is another one that contributed. You're going to have Kane Jamerson, a sophomore, who's back next year. And, of course, Eric Novosel will be under center.
Yeah, and Kane Jameson, we've called his name here tonight a couple times.
Of course. It's been that way all year.
Yeah, Will Silfies, we've called it tonight a couple times. So, again, if you're Kane, yeah, this one's going to hurt. But you know what? These younger kids, use this as motivation. Use this as motivation to work in that offseason and prove.
Here's Novosel on the keeper, and he's got the ball inside the 20. Nice run by Novosel.
And again, build some confidence. Go, put a touchdown on the board. Build these guys' confidence. And again, and on the flip side, if you're Coach Smith, you're getting some young guys some plays.
Absolutely.
In a playoff.
Oh, yeah.
Game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that bodes well for your future.
So, shotgun now. And they go to Hollebeek. He bounces it right side, then breaks the tackle. Got a first down to about the 15-yard line. And Hollebeek is another one who'll be back next year.
And that Hollebeek from up here, he doesn't look like a big kid, but the kid's not afraid. Like
he's tough.
Yeah, he plays bigger than life, and that run right there, he went right at him. He wasn't juking jiving. He's going right at him.
4:20 to go, 56-0. Keystone is in front here, and they're headed to the semifinals next week. Man in motion, and they give it to Anderson. Anderson turns it upfield, and he'll get out of bounds at the 7-yard line. They mark him at the 7, and it'll be first down and goal. I'm sorry, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 from the 7.
2nd and 2 from the 7-yard line.
And Isaiah Smith is in the backfield now as the fullback, and they're going to him, and there it is, and he's inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line. Now, he wants a memory that he can take away from this, and they want to get him in the end zone.
And you know what? As a senior who, in just this game, me watching him, you could tell he was definitely a heart of the Kane football program. Why not?
Oh, sure.
Why not?
And they give it to him again, and he pushes forward. I don't think he got in. He gets down to the 1. They mark him just short. As the clock ticks to 2:48 and moving here in the game. Now they'll split Jamerson out. I think Kane might have to take a timeout here to talk this over. The play clock. No, okay. Looked like they were going to get confused there, but they'll get it off. They hand it off. Anderson, and Anderson doesn't get there. He does not get there. And I'll tell you right now, Mike, those kids on the Keystone side, they want to see that 0 stay up there.
Yes.
For the Wolves.
I'll
guarantee you that.
Yeah. There is some pride in going home with a shutout win. But again, if you're Kane, you're pulling out all the stops right here. This is it.
Yep, this is it.
Well, I guess it's 3rd down, so you got 2 chances, but
From the 1-yard line. Clock down to 1:45 to go. 56-0 Keystone. And they give it. No, play fake. Rolling out. Novosel to the end zone. Touchdown. Kane Jamerson on the reception. And it's another Spitzer scoring play brought to you by Spitzer Auto World.
And
on the $1 Million Highway, St. Mary's.
For Eric Novosel, that's got to feel good. You know,
of course.
I think everybody thought they were going to try to pound it up the middle and to get a little play action going and complete a pass for a touchdown. That's got to feel good for him. You know, again, he's another one that plays his heart out, and good for him for getting the pass. And
Tyson Boschert adds the extra point, and it's now 56-7. Keystone leads it. High school football on the Hound brought to you by St. Mary's Insurance.
Do you suffer from uncomfortable varicose veins? Are your legs restless, swollen, or sore? Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway, along with experienced vascular surgeon and St. Mary's native, Dr. Philip Georgievich, will be offering a free vein screening on Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. Stop struggling with sore and swollen varicose veins. We will see you Monday, November 3rd from 4 to 6 at Athena Laser Clinic in Ridgeway. No appointment necessary.
When you want a hometown feel with plenty of options, you choose Spitzer Auto World St. Mary's, where the service is fun, fast, easy, and now backed by the Spitzer Shield. When you choose us, you choose a variety of brand new vehicles across 3 separate lots. When you choose us, you choose to know everything we've done to make our pre-owned vehicles second to none. A rigorous inspection process performed by factory-trained technicians and professional detail inside and out. Visit us along the $1 Million Highway today for all of your Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford needs. Spitzer Auto World St. Mary's, our world revolves around you.
Now the Wolves get in the end zone and punch it in on a touchdown pass to Jamerson. 1:37 to go, and now they will do the kickoff here. Here comes the run up, and it's a high boot. And they're going to let this one go. It'll go over the head and into the end zone. Touchback, and out to the 20-yard line goes this one. So 1:37 to go. And the Wolves, obviously, their season over, and we mentioned that. You know, next week, Mike, Port Allegheny and Keystone.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's obvious who Keystone needs to stop. It's been obvious who everybody that plays Port Allegheny needs to stop, and that's Aiden Bliss. The thing is, nobody can do it, and nobody's been able to do it.
And that's what I was going to say. That's definitely easier said than done when it comes to Aiden Bliss. You know, you can. Coach Belowski's going to have those kids ready to go.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. Justin is such a great guy.
You know, yeah, he is, and you can bet they were probably here somewhere tonight. You know what I mean?
Of course, yep.
You
They're
know,
scouting,
watching this and checking it out, and you know they're going to have the game plan. But to me, the toughest part of this falls on the Keystone. They have to stop him.
Yeah.
As well as they have to stop Corchetti.
Yeah,
you
Corsetti,
and you know it's just. I think it's going to be a ball game.
Well, we're going to find out in about 7 days.
I think it'd be cool if we didn't have to drive very far to watch that game.
It would be neat, wouldn't it? I'd love that.
So, I don't know. After that gentleman from D9 had some of this guy's wonderful chili, they may put every game here just so this guy makes the chili.
You are the man, by the way. James is behind us right now.
Thank you,
sir. Was that Bigfoot burger meat? That's. Oh, man, is that good.
That was amazing.
Well, they fall on it again, and that's going to run it out. The final play here as the Keystone Panthers with a convincing victory in this one tonight. It'll end up 56-0. Or 56-7, the final score in this one. The Keystone Panthers advance to the semifinals next week. We will take a break, come back to wrap it up with our player of the game, and we will set things up for next week for the Keystone Panthers. High school football on the Hound, brought to you by St. Mary's
Top
Insurance.
of the line builders, the area's leader in quality roofing projects, now adds seamless gutter installation to our services. At Top of the line builders, our staff is trained to offer professional installation. For more information and a no-obligation quote on seamless gutters, call Nick Cherry at 814-965-5785. We offer free estimates and are fully insured. Top of the line builders. Get your project done right the first time.
Wouldn't it be great if you could have your insurances for auto, home, business, farm, life, and retirement in just one agency? That's what Pacelli Insurance is for. They can help protect what is important for you and your family's future. Visit Pacelli Insurance in St. Mary's or call them at 814-781-3888. Pacelli Insurance, your preferred local independent insurance agency. Pacelli Insurance, where we protect your world.
Have you been looking for a career in the powdered metal industry? Medco Industries is now hiring. Medco Industries on Brussels Street in St. Mary's is a locally owned company offering long-term steady careers or part-time work with advancement opportunities and great benefits. Operations are regular 8-hour shifts with most weekends off. Medco's machining facility, Pro Process LLC, offers CNC operator and setup positions in a climate-controlled facility. Apply online at medcopm.com. Medco Industries, locally owned and operated in St. Mary's for over 40 years.
When is the last time you really felt like your body was functioning properly? If you can't remember, then it's time for you to call Rowley Family Chiropractic of St. Mary's. They've been serving the community for 25 years. Their mission is to improve your overall quality of life by allowing your nervous system to work at its fullest potential. Want to know more? Log on RowleyFamilyChiropractic.com or call 814-834-1045. Rowley Family Chiropractic, improving health one spine at a time. Zook Motors in Kane is a proud supporter of the area's high school sports teams. They know what it means to be part of a community. Family owned and operated, they've been serving the area for almost 100 years. That's why you can trust Zooks to find you the right vehicle for your needs and price range. Best of luck to the players and coaches in today's matchup from everyone on the team at Zook Motors, your area Ford dealer just west of Kane on Route 6.
With 2 locations on Baker Alley in Ridgeway and Route 219 in Johnsonburg, Elk County Foods' friendly staff is ready to serve you. They offer daily and weekly specials, including their 5 for $24.99 in the meat department. Check out their large hot and cold deli, the freshest of fresh produce, and their own homemade beef sticks and smoked cheese. Having a get-together? Let Elk County Foods do the work for you. Elk County Foods of Ridgeway and Johnsonburg, hometown proud. Check us out on Facebook or visit us online.
Welcome back to the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium. J.J. Michaels, Mike Barr, and a Keystone Panther victory. Congratulations to Coach Smith and the Panthers as they convincingly put away the Kane Wolves tonight, 56-7, Mr. Barr.
JJ, it was a pleasure.
It was a pleasure working with you too,
Absolutely.
man. You know, we the things we said in the early going tonight were exactly the things that were going to affect the game. We knew it, and that's what ended up happening as the Panthers, big plays, Corsetti with a huge night, big plays by their defense, interceptions, big fumble recoveries. It was just a nuts night all around for them.
Yeah,
and what a game. What an absolute game for them all around as they end up winning it tonight 56-7.
Yeah, you know, they say you want to hit your stride and the season playoffs. Keystone's in stride.
They are in stride.
100%. They're in stride.
And they impressed here tonight. No two ways about it. Time for our player of the game, brought to you by Rowley Family Chiropractic of St. Mary's, where your health and well-being come first. Let their MVPs get you back into the game with top-notch care today. Call them at 814-834-1045 or visit RowleyFamilyChiropractic.com. Do we really even need to think about this one tonight?
No, it was pretty evident from snap number 3 when he ran it, he broke it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that is evidence enough for us for everything we've seen. Dom Corsetti, our player of the game tonight. What an effort by that kid! What a game, and just a spectacular athlete all around. The plays he made and the things that he did, I don't know, man, what else you can say.
That's a well-deserved accolade to him. And you know what? Unfortunately, they got, maybe an hour and a half, 2-hour bus ride back home.
Something
but
like
you know
that,
what?
yeah.
Tomorrow you got to focus on Port Allegheny and Coach Pulowski. Because they're coming.
Yeah. Justin Bienkowski and the Gators are awaiting, and that'll be at a site and time to be determined by the D9 committee here. Likely over the next day or so, I would imagine they'll have that all set up. But there'll be film breakdown tonight. Probably when they get home.
Yeah, probably no sleep for the coaches tonight. Hopefully they didn't have any hunting plans tomorrow because they're film watching. So.
Yep, no doubt about that. Well, that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight. The season comes to an end for the Kane Wolves, and the Ridgeway Elkers at last check were not doing too good. They were down, but they had made it closer. That game on our sister station, B94, you can check that out, and on our YouTube page as well. Last check, Union AC Valley was up pretty big in their game as well. But thanks, buddy. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, and let me know. I'm available.
I will appreciate that. You, by the way, are headed out tomorrow to New Wilmington, right?
New Wilmington, yeah.
To watch the Eisenhower Knights. Your daughter's a cheerleader for the Knights.
We're taking on Farrell in the first round of the playoffs out there.
Ouch.
It's not going to be an easy task. Coach Penley's going to have them boys ready to go, and it's their first time in Double-A ball.
Yep.
You know, they were Single A until the merger of some schools in Warren County. So
they're going to get baptized in the state playoffs.
They
by
are
that Farrell team.
Again, knowing Coach
by
Penley,
going up against them, and I'm not saying that Farrell's very good, but Coach Penley's kids aren't going to back down.
So we're going to take the long ride across I-80 tomorrow.
You guys will love that. I think you will. All right, that'll wrap it up for us from the Barry Morgan Memorial Press Box at Paul R. Miller Stadium. For Mike Barr and all of us at Laurel Media Sports. And by the way, for Rick Porter, who had plans to be away this weekend and he couldn't be here, so that's why we had Mike with us tonight. He sends his regards as well. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.